Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
2003, the 9-6 Minnesota Vikings are playing on the road. A win in this game clinches a playoff spot for the Vikes. And with the Cardinals entering the contest with a record of 3-12, it looks like Minnesota is headed back to the postseason. The ball is placed at the 28-yard line, but with the Cardinals down by 5 and under 10 seconds remaining, a field goal does them no good here. As such, it's up to quarterback Josh McCown to heave up a Hail Mary for the incredible comeback win. But a lot is happening here. In fact, there was a lot of drama coming into this moment. I sure hope that you enjoyed our latest edition of Rewinder. Make sure to subscribe and comment below. Game 163 is taking place between the Colorado Rockies and the San Diego Padres. It's in the bottom of the 13th inning, a tie score at 8-8. The winner of this game gets a date with the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League Division Series. This is obviously a must-watch TV baseball game. I mean, who doesn't want to watch a one-game playoff that goes into extra innings? However, to fully appreciate what happens next, we have to know the history of both franchises. We have to understand that neither of these ball clubs have won a World Series. Even crazier, one of these teams hasn't even won a postseason series. To get a better grasp of this moment, we need to use a time machine. In other words, we need to rewind. The Rockies have Matt Holliday on third base and less than 2 outs. This is crucial because any fly ball to the outfield can theoretically send the Rockies to the National League Division Series on sacrifice fly. However, the mere fact that the Rockies are hosting this one-game playoff is crazy to think about. Back on September 15th, the Rockies were just 76-72. Yeah, you heard me right. Just 16 days ago, the Rockies...
Test 1, test 2, test 1, test 2. Test 1, test 2, test 1, test 2.
During that winning streak to get back into the NL wildcard race. But hey, that was just a lucky winning streak, right? There's no way this ball club led by Clint Hurdle could win 2 out of 3 against the first-place Arizona Diamondbacks and sneak into the playoffs, correct? And if you answered anything but yes to those questions, you'd be dead wrong. Arizona ended Colorado's winning streak during Game 1 of the crucial 3-game set, but after dominating the Diamondbacks 11-1 on September 29th, the Rockies held on for a 4-3 win on the last day of the regular season. Nail-biting wins have been nothing new to the Rockies and their fan base. One of their wins during the 12-1 finish to the regular season included a 14-inning victory over the Padres. But have the Rockies simply taken the wild card away from the Padres, or did San Diego majestically crumble down the stretch? Well, it's a little bit of both. Entering MLB game action on September 16th, the Padres were 80-67. They ended up finishing the year at 89-73. So a 9-6 record in their last 15 games is nothing to be embarrassed about from your ball players. But a 3-game sweep at the hands of the Rockies was still pretty bad, especially considering that all 3 games were at Petco Park. Also, the Padres had the Brewers down to their last strike on September 29th, but Tony Gwynn Jr. knocked a game-tying triple off Trevor Hoffman to send the game into extra innings. How brutal irony is that? The son of the greatest Padre ever quite possibly stopped you from going to the playoffs. What gets lost in the shuffle is that the Rockies were actually a third-place team in the wild-card race prior to their incredible finish. The Dodgers were up 3 games on the Rockies after all the games concluded on September 15th. So what the heck happened to the Dodgers? It's hard to exactly say why they simply forgot to play baseball, but their final record speaks for itself. On September 15th, the Dodgers were 10 games over 500. By September 30th, the team barely finished with a winning record at 82-80. You can't make this stuff up. The Dodgers went from 79-69 and just 1.5 games back on San Diego for the wild card spot to finishing 7 games back of both Colorado and San Diego. Colorado literally had to sweep Los Angeles to knock the Dodgers out of the playoffs, and the Rockies did just that from September 25th until September 27th. The Dodgers might be known for playoff choking nowadays, but late season chokes are nothing new to the Dodger faithful. Anyway, back to the Padres and Rockies. The Rockies were 12-1 down the stretch, but a minor choke job by the name of Ron Burgundy allowed Colorado to host a 1-game playoff. The Padres were 2 games ahead of the Rockies on September 29th, meaning they just had to win either of their next 2 games against the Milwaukee Brewers or 1 Rockies loss the next 2 days clinched a wild card spot for Bud Black's team. The 2007 Milwaukee Brewers were actually in first place of the NL Central Division during most of the regular season, but a late surge by the Cubs, as well as a collapse, saw the Brewers outside of the playoffs for yet another year. They still played spoilers, though, and after dispatching the Padres in 11 innings on September 29th, the Brew Crew disallowed September 30th from being the Padres' clinch day. A very convincing 11-6 win for Milwaukee as the Padres had to fly from Milwaukee to Denver for a National League West grudge match. Just like that, Game 163 determined who would win the National League wild card. This was huge for Rockies fans as their favorite baseball team hadn't sniffed the postseason since 1995. Colorado began as an expansion franchise in 1993, and the Rockies earned the first ever NL wildcard spot in 1995. The Rockies fought hard in the division series against the Atlanta Braves, but the eventual World Series champion Braves took care of the Blake Street Bombers 3-1. But since then, the Rockies have always found ways to lose games. More importantly, it's their pitching staff who seemingly always lets them down. Even when the Rockies won the wild card in 1995, You probably don't know any of their starting pitchers. Kevin Ritz, Bill Swift, and Marvin Freeman were arguably their 3 best pitchers that season. Colorado was so desperate for starting pitching help that they signed Mike Hampton to an unreal 8-year, $121 million contract after the 2000 season concluded. All of the money in Major League Baseball is guaranteed, by the way, so why would the Rockies sign a pitcher to an 8-year deal? Simply put, it's hard to find free agent pitchers who want to pitch in Coors Field, the home ballpark of the Rockies where the ball hits the mile-high wind and sails out of play. If you don't remember Mike Hampton playing for the Rockies, you're not the only one. He only lasted 2 years in Denver, with his last season being a dreadful 6.14 ERA and opponents batted .313 against him. So for the Rockies to be successful, they usually need to outslug teams. But that wasn't exactly the case in 2007. Jeff Francis won 17 games for the Rockies this season. Ubaldo Jimenez was on this team, and the relatively unknown Aaron Cook posted an ERA under 4.2. In a nutshell, this surprising Rockies team can play a little small ball and outpitch teams as well. But tonight has been anything but a pitcher's duel. In a typical Coors Field shootout, the Rockies blew an early 3-0 lead. The San Diego Padres swiftly answered with 5 runs in the top of the third, and it looked like the Padres finally hit their stride in this do-or-die playoff game. And while the Rockies are unknown for playoff success, the history of the San Diego Fathers isn't a happy story either. The Padres have been to the World Series twice, but they've only been to the postseason a grand total of 5 times coming into tonight. Since joining Major League Baseball in 1969, the Padres have mostly been an afterthought in the National League West. Coming into the 2007 MLB season, Bruce Bochy had enough with postseason disappointments, and he left for greener pastures in San Francisco. Some Padres fans felt it was treason, as Bochy led the team to division titles in 2005 and 2006. While they were back-to-back NL West crowns, the 2005 team barely finished with a winning record, and after being swept by the Cardinals in the NLDS, Bruce Bochy's team finished the year under 500 at 82-83. The 2006 squad was much better, but those pesky Cardinals were still too much for San Diego to handle. San Diego had home field advantage for the division series, but Bochy's crew only scored a single run in their first 2 postseason games. The offense was slightly awake when they entered Busch Stadium. A 3-1 win in Game 3 gave San Diego fans new hope, but it was quickly taken away during Game 4. 6 unanswered runs by St. Louis gave the Cardinals the series win and yet another postseason disappointment in Southern California. Bud Black took the 2007 job after Bochy left for the hated Giants. Led by NL Cy Young winner Jake Peavy, the Padres were in first place in the NL West as late as September 3rd. Peavy got the nod for this one-game playoff. It was his turn in the rotation since he hadn't pitched since September 26th. But for whatever reason, the best pitcher in the National League was anything but clutch tonight. 3 straight Rockies got on base to start off the bottom of the first, and after Yorvit Torrealba cranked a bomb to left field, the Rockies led 3-0 after 2 innings of baseball. Starting pitcher Josh Fogg was sent out in the top of the third to preserve the lead, but he simply wasn't up for the task. Peavy helped out his own cause with a leadoff single. Brian Giles found his way to first base with a walk, and after Scott Hairston hit a single to load the bases, Adrian Gonzalez emptied them with a game-changing grand slam. Fogg still couldn't settle down after the grand salami. Khalil Green and Josh Bard both got on base via the hit, forcing Fogg to intentionally walk Jeff Blum to load the bases. Brady Clark then made a solid contact with a ground ball to shortstop, and his speed forced the Rockies to just get the force out at second base. Just like that, it's now a 5-3 lead for Peavy and the Padres.
Matsui didn't get anything on this throw. Blum was all over him. He was a little off balance after he came across the back to make the throw.
So we went to extra innings. The next 3 innings were full of drama as both teams had chances to score. San Diego had runners on first and second with 2 outs in the top of the 10th, but Matt Herges jammed Giles and got the inning-ending ground out. Colorado had a golden opportunity for a walk-off win in the bottom of the 11th. With Brad Hopp at the plate, Colorado had the game-winning run 180 feet from home, but Joe Thatcher fooled Hopp on an 88-mile-per-hour fastball to end the threat. The Padres had their own runner in scoring position with less than 2 outs in the top of the 12th, but Brian Miro struck out, and Michael Barrett grounded out to keep the score at 6-6. The Rockies went 1-2-3 in the 12th game as the game entered inning number 13. And this was quite possibly the greatest extra inning in professional baseball history. 5 total runs would eventually be scored in this inning. With everything on the line, the offenses for both teams woke up in a huge way. San Diego struck first in the top half. Giles quite possibly had the game of his life by reaching base yet again. This time it was via the leadoff walk. Hairston, who was looking to make up for his anti-RBI single in the 8th inning, came up big with a giant 2-run homer to give the Padres the lead back, their first one since it was 5-4. Julio then gave up a single to Chase Headley, so Clint Hurdle had to call on Ramon Ortiz to limit the damage. Ortiz kept the score at 8-6 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout, but the Padres were now just 3 outs away from their 3rd straight trip to the NLDS. In came Trevor Hoffman for the save. It's hard to believe that Black never used Hoffman prior to the 13th inning, but credit Black for thinking his team would have the lead in extra innings. A future Hall of Famer, Hoffman was on the last Padres World Series team back in 1998. He finished in second place for Cy Young voting on 2 different occasions. His last second-place Cy Young finish was just last season, where he saved 46 games for the division-winning Padres. He's been very good in 2007, although his ERA has climbed a bit since last year. Still, he entered tonight with an ERA well under 3 and a 2-run cushion. Even though the Padres are on the road in a very tough environment, there's no way that Hoffman could blow this. And yet the average baseball fan was wrong again. Everything that could go right has gone right for the Rockies since the middle of September. So with that logic in mind, the hitting sticks were available to everyone in the bottom of the 13th. Back-to-back doubles by Mitsui and Tulowitzki put the tying run on second base with nobody out. And if you could believe it, another triple by the Rockies, this time by MVP runner-up Matt Holliday, put the Rockies in a great spot. For a team who was seemingly going to be fishing just 2 weeks ago, the Rockies are 90 feet away from heading to Philadelphia for the division series. With less than 2 outs, Black told Hoffman to intentionally walk Rockies legend Todd Helton. Not a bad decision, obviously, since Jamie Carroll was due up next and not Garrett Atkins. Even though Hoffman is facing the middle of the order, manager Clint Hurdle decided to have Carroll pinch run for Atkins in the bottom of the 7th. There was 1 out with Atkins at second base. While the Rockies were up by 1 at the time and needed some insurance runs, deciding to pinch run for your 5-hole hitter is always risky. The Rockies, of course, didn't score that inning and now needed the little-known Carroll to drive the ball into the outfield for a walk-off win. Carroll wasn't exactly a threat at the plate. In fact, he was a borderline disaster when it came to offense. After batting .300 during the 2006 regular season, he was a major disappointment this season by hitting just .222 in 107 games coming into tonight. But tonight was a different story. His 2-out single preserved the 11th inning rally before Hopp inevitably went down on strikes. So as of now, Hurdle's decision to put Carroll in the lineup as a substitute is starting to look okay. And with nobody out, all Carroll needs is a fly ball. But is Holliday the right guy to score the winning run on a potential sacrifice fly? Haha, absolutely not. He only stole 11 bases during the year and was caught on 4 of those attempts. However, his base running IQ was off the charts during his prime, as he stole 28 bases on 30 attempts in 2008. Well, here we go. It's the first pitch of the at-bat. Can Hoffman jam the non-explosive Carroll into a ground ball with the infield now in? Will Holliday run on contact? If the ball is hit into the outfield, can the Padres outfielders throw out Holliday and keep their team alive? Welcome to a moment in history.
To right field. Giles is there to make the catch. Tagging is Holliday. The throw to the plate. He is safe. The Colorado Rockies are the National League Wild Card winners.
Hold on a second. Did Holliday actually touch home plate? Let's look at that again. I'll be darned. I don't think he touched the plate. Michael Barrett tagged him, but the home plate umpire determined that Holliday touched home base. This was years before instant replay challenges, by the way, so the Padres had to live with home plate umpire Todd McClellan's safe call. Murphy's Law to the fullest. Whatever can go right for the Rockies has gone right. Rocktober began in the grandest of ways as Holliday's walk-off sacrifice fly run paved the way to 7 straight victories and an eventual trip to the World Series. Since then, the Padres have only been to the playoffs once. The Rockies have played in 2 more wild-card games since 2007, which concludes an extra-inning win over the Cubs at Wrigley Field.
And the Rockies have won 14 of their last 15 games to get to the postseason.
Little extra effort to get it done tonight.
Welcome to the pregame show brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. My name is Kyle Smith, but mine is Matt. The owner, everything that you want to know about Chicago Nation FC. This man right here. I'm here with, what is your name, by the way?
Garrett Hayward.
Garrett. Big state championship game. Doesn't get much better than this.
No, this is what we've worked all season for. I'm excited for the guys. We're playing a historic club in the Bavarians, and we're excited to see how we stack up to one of the historic teams here.
How important is it to be playing on your pitch for theirs?
Extremely. I think we got better turf. So theirs is a little bit older, so this is brand new. It's a little bit bigger, but I'm very excited to have the home field advantage.
For people that aren't familiar with Chicago Nation FC versus Bavarian United SC, what are the different styles of play for both teams?
So Bavarians are more of a possessive team. I believe they run a 3-5-2. We're kind of hold our form and counter. So it's kind of been the story of our whole season. We'll kind of sit back, squat back as a defense, and then when we get off to the races, there's not too many teams that can stop us. So,
big-time championship game. Are you guys ready in case it goes into overtime, golden goal, and even penalty kicks?
We're prepared. So we had a good practice, 2 practices. We practiced PKs. Guys are, for the most part, fit. We hope we can capitalize tonight and then party it up a little bit tonight and enjoy ourselves. So
looked a little sluggish those first 8 minutes in the semifinal. Yeah. Then you guys just turn it on. What's it like with this team? You guys start off sluggish and you guys are so good in the second half.
Yeah, we're probably the first 20 minutes. So it takes 20 minutes. We warm up. Guys get the nerves, they shake the legs out a little bit, and I think we get comfortable and kind of feel out our opponent, and that's kind of been our recipe and stuff for success so far. So
Alex Olson, he had a little bit of an ankle problem in the last game. Is he ready to go today, or is he only going to be playing a select number of minutes?
He's a number 1 fan today, super fan. So no, he's going to rest, and we hope to have him back for our if we make it through the nationals here. So
people who aren't familiar, you guys win this game. What happens next?
We go to the round of 32 for the nationals for the UPSL.
Single elimination.
Single elimination. So it's from here on out, win or go home.
Absolutely. Well, Garrett, good luck, and hopefully you guys advance to the round of 32.
Appreciate it.
That's Garrett Hayward, and that does it for our pregame show. Coming up next, the play-by-play broadcast with Bob Vilsaway on Marcel Francis here on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
Hi, my name
whitening.
Welcome to the pregame show, brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Kyle Smith, but I, of course, don't matter. There's Martin O'Toole, Nation FC. They're about to take on Bavarian United SC. Winner moves on to the round of 32. Loser go home. You're in the round of 64. It does the championship game of the Midwestern North Division.
Wait. Sorry. Wait, can we start it over or no?
We're live right now, Martin.
Okay, sorry for that, but no, I did a play, and it means a lot to us. And it's round of 64, and we're looking to move on to the next round and go take it all home.
What's it going to take on offense and defense to beat Bavarian? It's a very strong team. They have good size as well.
I think we'll just stick to what we've been doing. We've been beating teams pretty soundly here, and I just possess the ball, and then when we're on defense, we just sit back in and win the ball, and then possess, and I think we'll win.
You guys, 3 goals in your last game, all different types of ways to score. You score on the free kick, you score on the 2-on-1 man advantage, and then you score on the header. You weren't even trying to score, really. You were just trying to play a little keep away in the last 2 minutes of the second half. What does that mean to you that this team can score in a lot of different ways?
I think that's massive. I mean, it's really important because sometimes a game could be in a deadlock, and a goal from a free kick could set it up to, for us to take advantage. So I think it's massive, really important.
Peru's been so great. He has over 4 shutouts this season. He had a shutout in the semifinal. What does that mean to you? If the defense isn't always great, he's going to back you up between the pipes.
Yeah, I mean, he's phenomenal. He doesn't ever let anything go in, and, he's an amazing leader, too. He definitely directs our team offensively and defensively.
It's a little hot today, not so much windy. How is that going to impact the game at all when it comes to your forwards and midfielders?
I think we'll be fine, and even if they get tired, there's people on the bench that are ready to come in and contribute. So,
Martin, good luck, and hopefully it'll be a victory for you today. That's Martin O'Toole. That does it for our pregame show. Play-by-play broadcast coming up next here on SBS.
Made from an athlete's mind for all sports minds. Level Up Branding is a unique sports marketing and branding agency, offering athlete management, brand management, and so much more. We are powered by experience. Currently serving athletes in the WNBA, MLR, NFL, and college sports. We are looking to take on more clients because everyone deserves a shot at their dream. Our goal is to help others by inspiring one person at a time. Level Up Branding was founded by Lauren, who was and still is an athlete. She understands the importance of being a well-rounded and built individual. It takes an athlete to know an athlete. We are built different. There is so much more to an athlete than what is seen on the field or the court. We make it a priority to understand our athletes. We want to know and understand our clients' values, motives, passions, and future goals. At Level Up Branding, we believe in helping others succeed. We believe in giving back. We believe in family. You are more than an athlete. Level Up Branding was founded based on the sheer passion of sports, community involvement, and the sense of belonging to a community. We were created from an athlete's innovative mindset and experience, and here to offer our services to like-minded athletes.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast.
Where's the flag? Anybody see a flag? Oh,
there's a flag.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the championship game broadcast between Bavarian United SC and Chicago Nation FC. I'm Kyle Smith, alongside my partners in crime, Bob Vilsue and Marcel Francis. It's Bavarian United SC in the blue, and Chicago Nation FC, Bob, they did a late jersey change because they were actually wearing the dark blue about 5 minutes ago.
I sure like the change. The dark blue with little red stripes. I thought we were going to have to make the difference between little red stripes coming down the blue jerseys or the little darker, brighter blue jerseys with the gray down the chest. But now it's blue versus white. Chicago Nation in the white, Bavarian in the blue. And whenever I think of the name Bavarian, I can't help but think of the beer.
Well, they're from Milwaukee, a city well known for its drinking culture, and Marcel, thanks so much for joining the broadcast as well.
Thank you. It's great to be here, Kyle, and with you as well, Bob. We have a great championship matchup here between two really high-quality teams here in this amateur league, but definitely a lot of high-quality talent, nonetheless, going to be here on display.
Right. There's 9 teams in this Midwest Central North Division. The winner will go to the championship. There's 32 teams across the nation that'll vie for first place for the national championship. And to get into this tournament, the top 5 make it. So 4 plays 5, then the winner plays 1, then 2 versus 3. Bavarian ended up second, and they won their match against FC Trizub. And the Chicago Nation won between United Serbian SC and SC Hammers just the other night. So that's why we have first place Chicago Nation versus Bavarian United, second seed in this tournament now.
45-minute halves. We play about 3 minutes of extra time. We actually got Bavarian's roster about 5 minutes before game time, so we're going to do the best we can with play-by-play tonight.
Well, so what we were pretty much seeing from an overall perspective, right? Bavarian has a high-powered offense. They've scored like 25 goals this year and gave up 10. And Chicago Nation, a little bit more, let's see, so just 6 goals on defense, so a little bit more stingy, and 19 on offense. So you might say it's Bavarian's high-octane offense, and both teams have a pretty good stingy defense. I think what we're going to see is a 0-0 or a 1-0 game, if you ask me.
Very common in the game of soccer. At this level, now the best analogy for the UPSL, think of high A for minor league baseball. That's what the UPSL is. If you advance, you go to the NISA. And of course, if you're very good, you go to MLS or you play overseas to play some soccer. But this is about high A in terms of minor league baseball, and Bavarian taking it to Chicago Nation FC. But Bob, we've seen this Chi Nation team. They're a very good team, just not the first 10 minutes. They usually start out kind of sluggish.
Well, I mean, they're feeling out the other team. They don't want to make any mistakes. Got to figure out where the weaknesses are, where to attack. Now, they played each other earlier in the year, and Chicago Nation won 2-0. But then, both teams have different players. When I was looking at the rosters on both teams, a lot of the players played only like 5 or 6 of the 10 games. So one wonders now which team has their entire roster here for this final match, and whichever team has their final roster here for this match is probably the favorite to win. And past history doesn't tell you a whole lot. So what you do have is 2 of the top teams in the league facing off against each other.
Chicago Nation FC, known to be a second half team. They can be good in the first half. It's not surprising when they're sluggish or not so good the first 10 to 20 minutes. We talked with Garrett Hayward about that in the broadcast. And Marcel, what are you seeing from offense right now from Chicago Nation FC?
Right now, early in the game here, Kyle, you can tell that we were talking, of course, to Coach Hayward in the pregame. They're very comfortable with sitting back and letting the play come to them and going on the counter. So really, in these early few minutes, they feel very comfortable sitting in their back line. But now offensively, we can tell that they're building a little bit of offense going forward, a couple of give and goes there on the far side, and they're taking their time to really get their groove going and seeing if they can break down the Bavarian back line.
Yeah, if you put the chess clock on these two right now, clearly Chicago Nation has a huge advantage on ball control here. Very patient, moving it back and forth. There's a centering pass.
I mean, you love to see it because SC Hammers had a good chance of pulling off the upset. Shy Nation FC obviously is the number 1 seed. SC Hammers, the winner of the 4-5 game. And SC Hammers was taking it to Shy Nation. And early on, SC Hammers had a wide open net. The defender for Shy Nation got in there to block a should-be goal. And after that, Shy Nation scored 3 unanswered goals. But Bob, this is a Shy Nation team that knows they were that close to being eliminated early on in the semifinals.
Well, and they just got the first break of the game with the first corner kick. And they're on goal, a save. That's a great corner kick, nice centered, perfectly off the hedge, into the far post, and the goalie was waiting for it. But that was a quality shot on goal from the first set piece that they've had. You want to not give up corner kicks. And I remember when we did the Chicago Nation game earlier, they have a real stingy defense, but I remember they gave up a lot of corner kicks. In this case, they took the first corner kick.
Might have gotten away with a push and shove from number 10 of Shy Nation. Played on the corner, Bavarian goes after it. And Shy Nation will win that battle.
Great defending there from Shy Nation's center back defender there, using his body to shield the ball from the offensive player and drawing the foul to get his team back in possession.
On the far sideline, hope you're enjoying the broadcast. We sure are. Your favorite MLS, college, or high school soccer memory, text it to 330-957-7653. First time ever we've used a 3-person crew besides that Schaumburg Boomers game we did. But first time we've ever used a 3-person crew for soccer. Hopefully it won't be the last. It's been a lot of fun. Kicked over about 10 meters away from the goal. And Bavarian having some trouble getting it out. Played on the sideline. Shy Nation after it. Last touch by Bavarian will get a throw in. Call it 15 to 20 meters away from the goal.
Yeah, we have a crosswind from what I can tell, right? So you would think that the wind would help keeping the ball in one end or the other, but right now Chicago Nation has just been on offense the whole game. I feel like if it keeps like this, Bavarian is going to break, just a matter of how badly and when.
Yeah, we see here, Bob, with the long ball, they're setting up top to their center forwards here, using their bodies to try and maintain possession. But good defense there by the Nation FC.
Out on the sideline, Shy Nation FC still on the attack. They're dominating the time of possession battle right now. They're also winning in terms of shots on goal. It was a header from a corner, if you're just joining us, that almost went into the back of the net.
Yeah, 1-0 on quality shots, right?
Yeah. This is just a different Shy Nation team. I'm not saying that Shy Nation is playing up to the skill level of Bavarian and they were taking SC Hammers for granted in the semifinal, but they definitely look a lot better to start off the game than they did on Friday night against SC Hammers.
Well, Marcel hit it earlier. It's a top amateur league, right? So a lot of these people have jobs and have to earn money, and so it could be that some of those games during the year they weren't here, but I would say that Chicago Nation is treating this game like a championship game that it deserves, holding onto the ball just continuously.
Well, all that matters is you won the semifinal. It wasn't their best effort in the first half, but they got the win. And they look a lot better tonight. Now it's 0-0. All Bavarian's got to do is score once. Doesn't matter how sluggish you look on defense. You don't give up any goals and you score once, you still go to the round of 32 anyways. But
well, that's what Bavarian has to do. They have to counter on one of these attacks. But here we go in Chicago Nation with their second corner kick, and the first one resulted in a real high-quality shot on goal. Bavarian can't keep giving up corner kicks and expect to stay in the game either.
Agree, Bob. They definitely have to do a better job marking here on this set piece.
Dizdarevich will take the corner as it's played out in front. Goes straight through, as that was a centering pass. No one home and cleared that time by Bavarian. Tried to set it up to Capitanos, as Klabjan was on the attempted kick, but it's going to be a throw-in for
the ball
Bavarian.
went out of bounds. The entire ball went out. Chicago Nation is questioning that, but the line judge absolutely made it clear the whole ball went out of bounds before it got brought back in. I think the player didn't really know where the boundary was.
Really nice throw-in. No choice but to just send it back over to the sideline. And here comes Bavarian.
No, not
played
for
in
long.
midfield. Well, they're winning the time of possession battle the last couple of minutes. Ill-advised pass, though. Kick back to the end of Bavarian. And it'll be played by the goalkeeper in row.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle here, they're going to reset, try to renew their offense. It got shut down here on this near side. Good defending by Cy Nation. See what they can develop now, but...
Pass Capitanos, as it's set up now by Bavarian.
So far, that's as close as Bavarian's gotten to the net, and that's only 5 or 10 yards in front of the goalie box. Well defended by Chicago Nation up front.
Dizdarevich will play it. They have stifled any kind of attack from Bavarian today, has the defense of Chicago Nation. Played about 20 meters away. On the attack. Good pass. Can't get it on net. Sutton will play it now.
He's injured and on the ground until the ball comes right to him.
Yeah, good job by Cy Nation, nonetheless getting the advantage.
Oh, they'll get a free kick here. Now this is as good, if not even better than the corner kick, inside the field a little bit, closer to the net. Again, this will be a far post shot and an attempt for a header on the far post.
I like the aggression, though. He saw that Sutton was a little shaken up. He needs to get that ball back. I'm not saying he's going at the legs, but it's okay to be aggressive there. Worst thing that can happen, you give up a free kick. It's still a tough angle. It's going to have to be a centering pass.
You do not want to give up a free kick in this part of the field.
You don't, but you want to go after the ball, and Sutton's definitely not 100% right now.
Yeah, that's like hitting a batter on an 0-2 pitch. Don't do it.
Yep. Because you definitely here, we can see...
With the bases loaded.
Absolutely, Bob. We're probably going to see an in-swinger here.
Well, he wasn't trying to get give up the free kick, but I like the aggression.
A great save. That was a near post kick and a rebound wide. Nice sideways bicycle kick that just went about 3-4 feet wide to the left of the net. Chicago Nation so far is all over this game. That's what, 2 quality chances now? Yeah, maybe 3 if you count the first shot that almost went in on the near post.
Yeah, exactly, Bob. 3-4 good chances right now early for Cy Nation. We've barely seen Bavarian get out of their own half. They're going to have to produce some quality on offensively, and they're going to have to do that through their midfield players if they want to keep some possession.
Yeah, if I was doing little ticky marks on the sheet, this would be 3 quality shots in the first 10 minutes. This is a fabulous start for Chicago Nation, and on top of that, so far only Bavarian has gotten to within 5 yards of the goalie box, and that's it at the other end.
Yeah, it looks like Bavarian offensively, they're trying to get through Cy Nation by playing the ball on the ground, but they might want to try and attempt to take some long passes over the top.
Yeah, they're having trouble getting that ball in the air as it's sent over to the sideline. It'll be played by Bavarian. They'll try to cross it, but
I like what they did, though. They had 3 passes in a row. They were short 20-yard, maybe 10-yard passes, quick, fast, and then they brought the ball all the way upfield. That's what Bavarian's going to have to do, and I think they got to get used to each other a little bit. It's as if it's not the same team all year or something.
No, definitely. I mean, talking to before the game, they have carried 40 players on the roster in total, but only 18 suit up. So definitely there's probably a lot of players here who are not used to playing with each other and having that chemistry throughout the season.
Yeah, I wonder if that's also the case with Chicago Nation, and perhaps that's why, as Kyle said, they're more of a second-half club, because maybe it's not just feeling out the opponent, but maybe they're feeling out their own teammates the first half of the game, and then they figure it out for the second half. But whatever, the time of possession clock is seriously in favor of Chicago Nation so far this game.
And there's a lot at the UPSL. There's a lot of turnover because people have work conflicts. They have to be with their wife. They have to be with their kids if they have kids. And when you're not getting paid, other things take priority over playing soccer for fun. And so there's a lot of turnover, a lot of changes for each team's roster.
Which totally makes sense. At the same time, the talent level on this field is terrific.
Absolutely.
Like I said, this is like minor league baseball, if you want to use the analogy. This is kind of like watching a South Bend Cubs game.
Now, I know you've got the roster in front of you. Number 7 on Chicago Nation. He was the one that we gave the player of the game to last time we did. At least last time I was here.
Yeah, Capitanos. He's a good little player.
There's a trip. Yeah, it'll be okay. That was close. That'll be a free kick from in the goalie box.
So, Bob, what is the ref looking for if he's going to issue a yellow card for those slide tackles?
Usually intent. A slide tackle is fine if you can hit the ball first. If you hit the player first, well, then that's a foul. And then, of course, the referee also has to decide, do I want to call it or not, depending on who's controlling the ball. Is it taking away an advantage from a team, even if it does trip? But he's looking for intent. There's got to be intent to tackle, as in a football tackle, as opposed to a regular soccer tackle. And then red card has to be really, really malice on the intent.
If you slide tackle, this is a crosser and it's well read by Shy Nation.
Yeah, they got the corner kick now. So finally, we have a corner kick going the other way. So Bavarian is figuring out Chicago Nation. This is their first decent shot at a goal here, the first corner kick of the game. So this is their first, whereas Chicago Nation has had 3, but still no quality shots yet. We'll see what results.
Again, Bob, for Bavarian attacking-wise, it looks like they're finding most of their success down the wings here with their forwards, getting to the byline and trying to get some service into the box to create some attacking opportunities. Let's see what they can do here on this corner.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of those short, quick passes. Even if they don't connect, just get used to each other. Pass those short, quick passes, hold on to the ball a little bit, get downfield, and here's your first corner shot. Go Bavarian, right?
Go.
Corner kick, headed straight up, and it's going to go all the way to the sideline, played by Bavarian. Left-footed kick, another crosser.
Oh, just missed it by what, 6 or 8 inches?
Yeah, very close.
What a great pass, far post, just a little bit behind the Bavarian player. Tried to head it in, but made a great effort.
Absolutely. That number 19 has a sweet left foot on him to get that cross in there. Curling, really awkward for the goalkeeper to judge as well.
Yeah, you nailed it, too. It was a left-footed curling shot, too.
Andrick was on the kick.
Yeah, I don't know if you call that a quality attempt or not, but because it didn't go at the net, right? But that's about as high a quality a shot as you're going to get, and certainly almost a goal.
Definitely, and even though it could have been still a cross, though, Bob, for service for some player in the box to get their head on it. Good opportunity, though, nonetheless. Bavarian, you can see now they're starting to settle into this game.
Well, and now that also says to Chicago Nation, you can't take them lightly, even though they're second-place team and you wouldn't.
Sutton might have gotten away with a push there. Bavarian will play it.
So I say nice steal, you say he got away with a push. Bottom line, Bavarian with the ball.
Well, no matter what. And here's the thing, too, Bob. They'll play advantage, too. You don't always have to call the free kick right away. You can just play advantage. And Bavarian had a clear advantage. We'll never see that at the NBA for basketball, but sometimes when you get those shot clock violations, sometimes I wish we could have an advantage rule in basketball where you just just play on. They're in their transition offense. Who cares about the shot clock? But rule's a rule. But soccer, you get to play advantage. Basketball, you don't.
So, are you saying you'd like to see Scott Foster referee a soccer game?
No, what I'm saying is, like when there's a shot clock and John Wall
catch it. All right, a great catch by our cameraman.
Great job, Caleb.
Clearly a rebounder from basketball.
You know how, like, with John Wall, will take the ball off a shot clock violation, he'll try to run the offense quick, but the shot clock violation already happened, so you can't play advantage because the rule of basketball says there's no advantage. Soccer.
In the meantime, that was going to be a great view into the camera angle. I don't know if you got that ball right at you or if it was above the camera, but that's got to be a pretty good shot. Caleb's smiling. I think he knows he got that shot. We'll see. We'll have to play it back later.
And I know we talked about slide tackles as an attempt to steal by Bavarian, now play at the sideline. The other issue is, Bob, is when the player dekes you out of your shin guards. You went for the ball and you tried to slide tackle. You didn't get any of the ball, though, because of the deke. Would that be considered a yellow card if you got all leg, even though you clearly slide tackle to get the ball?
Probably not. It goes back to intent, and the refs have to be very careful. Last time I was here, the referee that was refereeing the game, and it is a different guy, he did a wonderful job not calling too many yellow cards in some of those, let's say, aggressive tackles, but he did a great job at talking to the players, and he communicated with the players what was legal, what wasn't legal, didn't overmanage the game. Oh, here's a great centering pass. The goalie with a fantastic save, reading the play ahead of time, went to the ground, take the ball right off the foot of the attacker. Really nice save.
Yeah, great counterattack there by Cy Nation, and nice little slotted through ball there from the center forward. But great job from the keeper to judge and come out off his line.
Terrific anticipation, and if you're going to do that, two things you got to worry about. You got to get the ball right off the foot so you knock down the ankle, and second, you got to worry that foot doesn't embed itself in your mouth.
Rowe was the goalkeeper on that play. Here comes Bavarian. They go with a 3-5-2 setup today. Technically just 2 forwards.
Well, Rowe is earning his pay today. He's got 4 quality shots against him, and he's up to the task. You have to start thinking about Rowe on the All-Star team for the league. I guess they are still the second place
I think
team.
it would be Peru, though. Peru's just been so great between the pipes for Shy Nation.
Well, you got 2 teams that are very stingy on defense. I guess Chicago Nation's given up 6 goals. Bavarian's just a meager 10. It's only, 0.4 goals more per game. So that's why I said early on, 0-0-0-1 might be a real likely finish. Now, each team has had one level 0-0 tie.
And then each team needs to know how good their goal scorers are on PKs. Because if you're a team that's not good on PKs, you're going to try everything you can to win in regulation.
Boy, you said that right. Yeah, this game could go down to 0-0 or 1-1 in penalty kicks, and yeah, you got to know who your top 5 PK kickers are.
And if you're not good on PKs, then your midfielders are just going to have to kind of cherry pick a little bit on offense to score in regulation.
Yeah, you're bringing up bad memories with my daughter's soccer team there.
It went to PKs in the championship game and they lost?
Well, and the coach doesn't know who the right PK kickers are, and so they just put somebody in. Sometimes I feel like that's the case with the Blackhawks.
I think the Blackhawks have a lot of issues besides just their shootout scores.
Now.
And I know we're going to go on a tangent with hockey. I kind of hope they get rid of the shootout. I'd like to see more 3-on-3 overtimes. We're never going to see it, but wouldn't hockey be interesting if we had a 2-on-2 or even 1-on-1 overtime period instead of the shootout? I think the shootouts become oversaturated.
Yeah, that's the discussion we have to have for beer, but I like the idea. You 5-on-5, then a 4-on-4, a 3-on-3, and no shootout. Even for soccer, I don't like games being scored or finished because of a shootout in soccer either.
Maybe you could make the field a little bit shorter and you move the goals up a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you're talking about changing soccer rules, the first one I'd like to see
for overtime, not the regulation, but
I'd like to see the offside rule goal, maybe just in overtime.
Yeah.
But
maybe
that would be, the teams are going to spread out and increase scoring. Because right now, if you play overtime in soccer, you could be playing until tomorrow afternoon.
Yep, absolutely. And you see players clattering into each other if you decide to shorten the field.
Yeah, if you play normal golden goal rules soccer, you could be playing until tomorrow. But I would like to see it. I would like to see them move the goals up maybe 30 feet on each side instead of have penalty kicks. I understand why we have PKs, but...
And do it indoor in a hockey rink.
There we go. We
indoor soccer, man.
Yeah, right.
Didn't Chicago used to have an indoor soccer team?
Oh, yeah. Pato Marhetic. I can't remember all those guys on this Sting now.
And then they now have the Milwaukee Sting, right, for indoor soccer?
It's also a Milwaukee Sting for volleyball club. A very, very successful volleyball club, Milwaukee Sting.
Yeah, the Sting play at U.S. Cellular Arena, home of UW Milwaukee.
Which is nice. This Bavarian club, it's a soccer club, right? So they have all kinds of ages, 10 to 14, 14 to 18. And this 19s team is just, when you finally graduate to the top team and you're a level away from professional here, although some people say it's a pro league.
Not the greatest kick from Peru right there, Bob. What did you see on that kick? It was a little bit flat, didn't get a lot of distance on it either.
Well, I think he was trying to go up the middle, and he hit it just to the right of the ball, and then had a little sideways spin. The wind helped push it this way, and they retained possession, though, just with the throw-in, so it's no big deal. In fact, they might even be better off with possession in the backfield than with the goalie on a goal kick.
We've seen some definite adjustments from Bavarian with their midfielders and defenders the last 10 or so minutes.
Now, that was a great grab from midair. Number 14, I don't have his name here, but number 14 made a great catch out of midair from Bavarian.
Yeah, nice first touch and control there, for sure.
First touch and control, you couldn't have said it better.
Here comes Shy Nation, and yep, it was deflected out.
Yeah, see, I think you got to get on the other side of the defender on that, push him back into the middle, because you do not want to give up the this is the third corner kick now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, third corner kick, fourth set piece from not too far away from the goal net. So another chance for Rowe to make another spectacular save. We need to put a highlight film together just of Rowe.
Yeah, he's doing great between the pipes. You never want to give up the corner, and what you want to try to do on defense is force them to make a tough pass or a tough shot from a bad angle, But, sometimes deflections are going to happen.
Or even better, Kyle, you can counterattack and get the ball cleared here. Let's see what they can do now that they have the ball cleared.
Yep. See, a corner's never going to be an automatic goal, but as we've seen at the UPSL level, the chances of you scoring on a corner or a free kick of less than 20 meters, a lot better than just regular 10-on-10 soccer.
I like what Bavarian did, though, on that corner kick. They brought everybody back except for one forward, so they weren't going to give up at least an easy, cheap goal. And now, of course, it reduces their chances of getting a counterattack, but I like it. You first got to stop the other team before you worry about counterattacks. And maybe later in the game, if you're down a goal, they might put 2 forwards or 2 strikers up.
Yeah.
But right now, I like what they did. They're just, let's keep the score low. Now, I again like what they're doing. They're holding on to the ball, saying, hey, it's our turn to hold this ball. Got to even out that chess clock a little bit.
Neither team has used a sub yet. Bavarian was taking it to the first 10 minutes of the match, but they have definitely adjusted since then. It's been pretty even since the first 10 minutes. Neither team's used a sub, obviously. Played on the sideline.
And
a
free kick from there. It was well played to get the free kick out of it.
Shy Nation trying to plead their case, but you can sense the frustration from the coaching staff, not at the ref, but at the player for arguing.
Well, I like what the ref did, though. You could hear him from all the way over here. So just leave it alone. Right or wrong, doesn't matter. It's a call. It's going to stand.
All you're going to do is make me mad, and you don't want to make me mad in a championship game. Because guess what? I don't get paid extra for championship games.
But again, I like what the ref did. No yellow cards. No. Just leave me alone. I got this.
It was a good call. He clearly pushed off on the sideline.
Midfield handball.
Oh, that too. I didn't even think about that, but
yeah, I'd say the ref was just behind it and couldn't tell, so why make a bad call? If you're a good ref will not invent a call that didn't happen. The good ref will miss a call perhaps, but it's the bad refs that make up the calls. Those are what you have to watch out for.
Right.
So far, this ref has done an excellent job in this game.
But
it's early.
Mistakes could happen still from the ref.
Either way, you're getting flack as a ref. Might as well get used to it, right?
Yeah, right.
Here comes Shy Nation about 10 meters away.
Yeah, this is danger, Will Robinson now finally cleared.
See, I wish more teams would do that. I talked to Alex Campbell. He's covered soccer a long time. He told me, Kyle, it's just not the greatest idea to kick it out of bounds. But in a position like that, when you were clearly on your back foot on defense, I don't think it's that bad of an idea to kick it out, regroup on defense like that.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you want to spoil every offensive set with kicking it out of bounds. I'm a little surprised this is a goal kick. I thought it was a sideline kick, so there must have been a foul committed.
Either that or offside.
Well, because they had to have been a foul inside the box, and they had to clearly have been on Chicago Nation, otherwise it would be a penalty kick, not a goal kick. So that's somebody kicked it out of bounds after the foul.
And how about this, a southpaw kicker with a boot?
That's how, or row, I mean. That was a little push from behind, and a little call there.
Out on the sideline, who touched it last? It's going to be Shy Nation.
Yeah, well, we got that on camera, so we can play that back. Then you'll see the push.
As you said, good fishing so far, Bob. As you said, it's early, but we'll see.
Well, that was done right in front of the sideline judge who signaled in what the call was. Again, the communication is excellent. So far, I don't think you're going to blame this game on a referee call unless there's a penalty kick in the goalie box.
Really, the story of this game, Bob, has been Rowe. Van Son had a clear goal on that header, and Rowe just...
He read it well.
You know.
Maybe if that header went a little bit different spot on the net, it would have gone in, but Rowe was right there. But he also cut the angle down. I mean, it was only, 5 feet, if that, 6 feet away from the head. So it's pretty hard to get it around a goalie when the goalie is really tight to the player who hitting it with their head. He's got to run up the sidelines. I think they say you got to throw it in, not run it up.
Yeah.
I'd love to see the old flip and throw. We haven't seen that in this spring league yet. It's more of an MLS thing where they do the kind of flip and then throw. It's pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, my daughter's games, I see that a lot when some gymnast gets out there and throws it halfway across the field after a flip. It's pretty cool looking.
It is. I'm not even that flexible, unfortunately. Can never pull that off.
Centering pass taken by the goalie, Rowe.
Got to try that, though. You got to try different looks on offense. The chances of that actually being successful, slim to none, but you got to try new things. Try to see if the defense is going to make a mistake.
Well, as a coach, I'm not into slim and none. I'm like, pass the ball and make a connection. We're not trying to take maybes at the there's a handball.
Yeah, I mean, But the best way you're going to score is in front of the net, right? That 90-degree angle.
Right.
Anything less than a 45-degry angle is pretty much an easy save for the goalkeeper unless he's screened.
Yeah, absolutely true. I just don't like the idea of giving up the possession of the ball. You only get so many possessions per game. Everyone really matters, and this game really matters.
I think what Chi Nation is also thinking too is because it's a championship game, the rest would love these teams to win in regulation. So we're at least going to get 5 minutes of extra time for each half. So it might be a 100-minute game today.
Well, I don't know. I mean, the extra time is completely dependent upon how many times the game stops during
True,
play.
that too. Yeah.
So I mean, guessing 3, 4, or 5 minutes now. I mean, usually you see 2, 3, or 4 minutes, but I mean, if there's an injury and the time keeps going and no play happens, then they'll get a longer, extra extended time.
Game's been flowing pretty well consistently so far.
I would be surprised if there's almost any extra time so far in this game.
I just hope we get a clean winner. I'm not going to say that PKs is artificial soccer, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel like real soccer to me at times.
I want it to be a real goal in the field, not a PK win.
It's not just PKs either. I understand why they have the new extra inning rule for baseball, but I feel like it's artificial baseball. And the same thing with PKs. It just doesn't feel fully soccer to me, and the shootouts in hockey was kind of cool to start off with. Now it's just kind of artificial overtime hockey.
Well, in hockey, you saw the penalty kick once a decade. Right now, you see him every week.
Yeah. The penalty shot for hockey, obviously, but there's always different ways that you can go about the game. I know hockey has changed their rules. Will soccer ever change the overtime rules? I don't think so, but
well, that's one reason I like soccer too. It's been a game around forever, and the rules have been the same, virtually the same forever.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a really great traditional game.
They don't like to change the rules to keep the fans happy. They just like to keep it the beautiful game, and you got to respect that.
Worldwide, fans are happy. I mean, this is a wonderful game.
True. Yeah.
It's the U.S., I think, that wants more scoring.
Yeah.
Well, you know how MLB has had rule changes, NFL, NHL.
Sure.
You just don't really see that for MLS and Premier League and Champions League. It's always going to be the beautiful game, the same game we've been playing for 300 years. Good lead pass. Here comes Capitanos.
Yeah.
But
he did a good job not being offsides. I was looking at the far side for the offside signal, and there it gets kicked out of bounds. So it'll be his Chicago Nation's ball again.
Bob, what are you trying to do on a play like that to make sure you stay onside?
Yeah, right. You want to take a little bit of a run toward the defender. That you have to be in front of the defender when the kick occurs. And then if you've got a head of steam that the defender doesn't have, and then the ball gets kicked behind the defender, you've got the ball with a head of steam and the defender is still catching up to you. If you both start at the same time, you're both going to get to the ball at the same time. So the trick is to get a little bit of a head of steam first before you get the pass. Before the pass is kicked. Because it's at the instant the ball is touched, who is closest to the net is what determines offside or not.
Definitely.
You got to try to volley that in. Dizdarevich, very high. If he had gotten that on net, Bob, I still think Rowe would have saved it, but Dizdarevich kicking himself for at least not getting it on net.
Well, and the trick there is you got to keep your toe pointed down to keep the ball going from kicking a field goal. You got to get that toe down, and it's hard to do when you're behind the ball. You have to get on top of the ball and in front of it and keep that toe down. Then you can get a kick that's high near the crossbar as opposed to a turnover.
Marcel, what are you seeing on defense from Chi Nation? Bavarians having trouble getting those shots from that 90-degree angle in front of the net.
Definitely. I mean, obviously, we said throughout the game they've been very comfortable staying back. But when they drop back, you can tell they drop back in numbers. Even the offensive forwards here, they're dropping back here and helping support their outside backs here. And because of that, this is why they're able to counter here.
Out to the sideline, Chi Nation. Both teams looking for the first goal of the game.
Well, and when we have seen Bavarian attack, it's been on the outsides. It hasn't been in the middle, to your point. That 90-degree shot, as you were speaking of, Bavarian's getting downfield okay on the sides, but not into the middle. I still like to see them. There's an interception. I still like to see Bavarian with short, quick passes and not avoid the middle.
Best way to do that would be creativity, quick passes, spread out, change up your passing lanes.
Yeah, those little triangles.
And coming back to your point, Kyle, about this Chi Nation defense, they also have very high press. You can see the outside backs come up very high to defend when the outside forwards for Bavarian have possession, which is another reason why they're able to counter so quick like they are here.
That's a good point. Oh, a little over this will go out of bounds and be Bavarian's goal kick.
That's a really hard kick to head. That was a straight line drive kick. I think if Isaac Sutton would like to do that again, I think he'd want to get a little bit more air on it. keep that up in the air, help out his teammate to get that on net. But
probably just a little bit behind the ball, just like that goal kick earlier, the shot that went over the post. You got to stay a little bit on top of the ball to keep the ball from going into the air. But he only missed this, half a foot, maybe? Missed that?
It was a good idea, just a line drive kick like that. It's so hard to head when it's soft and up in the air. Obviously, the defender can head it too, but at least your offensive player has a chance of getting it as well.
Yeah, some basketball hops would have helped right there. But.
Or just simply a taller player, right?
Yeah.
But the rest of it is, if it actually hits you in the head, the dad in me says, ouch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Prefrontal cortex definitely shaken up.
It's always good to play multiple sports. Akeem Olajuwon was a great soccer player before he came to the NBA. We all know how great Pat Mahomes was as a baseball player. You know, always play different sports. It gives you different arm angles when you throw the ball. It teaches you different skills. It's not a terrible idea for your kid to play multiple sports.
Absolutely. One of those players, including in the NBA, Kyle, Joel Embiid, huge fan of soccer before he started playing basketball in his teenage years. Half the times during warm-ups, he's juggling the ball.
Tom Glavine's friends say that Tom Glavine was actually a better hockey player than he was a baseball player. They might have been kidding, of course, but they say he was a heck of a hockey player. That's the centering pass.
And another goal, a corner kick. I'm sorry. Again, Bavarian has to take that right foot shot away from the right side of the field, so they have to center it back with their left foot. They don't want to give up these corners. This is what, fourth corner now?
Yeah, fourth or fifth now.
Yeah. It's, analogy to other sports. You don't want to let the dribbler take the baseline. I think that's true with soccer. When you're trying to center with your right foot on the right side, you got to make sure you're steering that ball into the field rather than the corner kicks.
Absolutely.
Here comes the corner right now for Chi Nation.
A little too far post. A little too far post.
Yeah, to your point, Bob, what Bavarian needs to do is force Chi Nation to shoot from a tough angle. Don't give up corner kicks. Fakes the shot. Another attempt. Rowe again!
Save. Now, again, the goal, first off, another great save by Rowe, right? But well done by the referee. He could have called perhaps a foul over on the Bavarian team, but Chicago Nation had an advantage. In fact, it was a terrific advantage, as evidenced by that shot that almost went in on the near post. But that's fifth save by Rowe. That's just been outstanding. Now we got a corner kick from the other side. These corner kicks can wear on you. One of these is going to go in. That'll be the game.
Samir Gahiasi on the shot attempt. Two great pump fakes and then got it on net, but Rowe was there to defend.
Again, I think if Bavarian, you got to scout this team. Well, here's the center. Scout this team a little better and figure out who needs their left foot. Because if you could have steered that guy back to the left foot, you wouldn't have had to make that save.
The good news is, Bob, they've got Rowe between the pipes, so maybe the new strategy is find a way to score one, and then Rowe will do the rest.
Well, I can assure you, if Bavarian gets one goal, it'll be a defensive shell. You'll probably see one striker, not two, the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely sit back, maybe if we have 4-4-2 formation, if they are able to get one on the board.
As this game continues, Bob, and Rowe continues to make saves, and it continues to be 0-0, will Chi Nation feel the pressure a lot? Like, what do we got to do to score? Are we ever going to win this game because Rowe's at goalie? We just can't win with this guy in goalie right now.
Well, I do think there's some of that, but at the same time, this game is going exactly the way Chicago Nation wants it. They've got like 5 quality shot on attempts. Bavarian still doesn't have one yet, except for one wide header that was missed. So right now, Chicago Nation is absolutely in the driver's seat. So I don't think if I'm Chicago Nation, I would get upset or do anything unnatural for them.
No frustration? You don't feel a little bit mad that you haven't scored yet?
Well, it's going to happen with some player.
We'll call that a shot. Pretty weak one, though. An easy save by Peru Demenekai.
Yeah, sometimes you never know. Maybe the goalie's got something in his eye and doesn't see it.
Well, you can't score unless you shoot.
Right. Now, that's not necessary. Yeah, I think the possession of the ball is more important than kicking it into the next zip code.
Yeah, agreed. Ambitious attempt, to say the least.
Yeah, and he had the wrong spin on it. All right, so we got a different ball. Last time we were here, we had a kid that used to shag all those balls out there.
Yeah, on a play like that, you want to stop it and probably kick it back to your midfielders and reset. An ill-advised shot like that doesn't help anybody.
Right, but the shot before it was a really nice shot, that 90-degree angle you were speaking of, and the goalie saw it all the way. He's a good goalie. He's not going to make that, let that go in easily.
Yeah.
But I like they haven't had any quality shots at the goal. That one was a quality shot, even though it was a little bit further away. You said weak. It was far away is why it didn't have as much zip as you might.
I would have liked to see him go to the other corner. Top shelf now, easier said than done, obviously, from 25 meters away. Here comes Sutton on the attack.
Oh, he's tripped from behind. You're going to get another free kick from here. This might be yellow
card.
Yeah. Yeah, he got the yellow card.
You know, we talked about when to be aggressive. The defender was coming back to help him out on the play. Bob, you just don't need it because he had help. He had over-the-top coverage from his defender teammate. No need to go for the yellow card like that.
Regardless, though, great pace by the outside back, number 1 there for Chi Nation, getting down the byline and cutting in to possibly get service into the box. Takes the contact, but nonetheless, it's going to be a free kick here and a great opportunity to capitalize for Chi Nation.
We'll take a 12-second break. You're watching Chi Nation against Bavarian here on SBS.
This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Nothing. So we'll play another 2 to 3 minutes of extra time at least because of the injury. But free kick coming up for Chi Nation.
This is a pretty important shot. You finally got to kick close enough for a wall. Far
center.
Yeah, just wide.
Now did Rowe touch that?
We don't know.
I think he did.
It'll be a corner then.
He's got no choice but to touch it, Bob. Otherwise, it could have been a goal or it could have been tapped in. You know, an own goal from his teammate.
Well, yeah, when you're at that angle, you're not entirely sure exactly where the goal ends, right on that far post. So better to kick it away or tip it away than find out, oops, it hit the post and goes in.
Corner kick for Chi Nation.
I lost track with those sticky marks, right? Was the 5th corner kick now?
Yeah.
5-1 lead in corner kicks.
It sure looked like it went off the fingertips. Another corner for Chi Nation.
Just went through the tops of the heads. Chicago Nation doing a good job keeping the ball at the other side. Gives them a second shot at it.
Nice little heel pass there from
I would have gone back to the defense, but Chicago Nation with a nice attack in the middle still. Nobody on here.
Sent out.
Another
to Olsen. Another crosser. Can't get it on net, and this time it'll be a goal kick.
Yeah. Again, some nice offense shown by Chicago Nation, but Bavarian is bending and not breaking.
They've got a row, Bob. All they got to do is score once and play defense. I know that sounds like the easiest strategy ever of soccer, but that's kind of how it's happening right now for Bavarian right now. They're not getting much on offense. Just find a way to score once and Roll will do the rest for you.
Yeah, and the way to score, they got to bring the ball up slowly, deliberately. Those triangle, short, quick passes, I would do if I could. Now they're sending it far side. That's not going to get the job done.
It's such a cardio-intensive game, Marcel. When do you start sprinting? When do you stay at a nice jogging pace? You know, for Bavarian, they'd like to score before halftime, but they know they need 45 more minutes to beat the higher seed Chi Nation.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, in terms of pace, especially as a hot game it is today, you're playing on turf, your feet are on fire. You're definitely, cardio is going to go out the window a lot in the first half, especially if you're running all over the pitch. But for Bavarian, it's important right now for the forwards to just stay at really on the edge of the defensive line for Chi Nation. You want to be running back too much unless you're, of course, tracking down a long ball sent by one of your midfielders, or if you're tracking back if Chi Nation is going on a counter. And I mean, of course, for the midfield, you're running all day. You're in the center of the park, so you really have to be attentive of what's going on. So not just a physical endurance that you need, but also the mental stamina, too, to know what's going on is important as well.
Wind's starting to pick up here in beautiful Ackerman Park.
Yeah, hopefully the wind isn't getting picked up by the mics.
Bavarian with a good full head of steam right there on the sideline.
Good
Still
move.
on the attack and then
he
cleared by
lost
Chi
it.
Nation.
And so for Bavarian, that number 19, he's had really most of the impact offensively so far. Yes, of course, he had that nice whipped-in left-footed cross earlier in the game, which has really been Bavarian's only serious
So
chance on
Bavarian
target.
wins. That's our first Player of the Game award there.
He's also deceptively fast as well. I mean, really sifted through the field easily.
I don't think they expected him to do that. I mean, that was really nice footwork. Long throw in center. Let's see what happens here.
And it's going to be headed out to the goal line. Who touched it last? It was Bavarian. Goal kick coming up for Devin Egghai, and one of the fans has to get off his nice seat on a hill and get the ball.
Perfect seat over there, though. I wonder how much you had to pay to get that grass seat.
Definitely right. That's what you sign up for if you're going to be up there.
Right. Yeah, right.
Just a beautiful complex here in Glen Ellen. They have some beautiful parks in Glen Ellen. We were at Village Green last summer for the WSBL Championship games. Now we're at Ackerman for the championship game for the UPSL.
Oh, great through ball.
If that's on the side, this is real trouble. Yeah, okay. Now, you have to wait to blow onside. The line judge signaled onside, but you have to wait to blow the onside until the player actually gets it. Because the player can choose not to play it, and then the onside is waved off. Or the offside, I'm sorry, is waved off. So a lot of the players were all screaming, offside, 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 but you have to wait for the guy to touch it before it can be called.
If you're Bavarian FC, you need to keep track of those through balls. That's split right between the midfield and the defensive back line.
Yeah, arguably on that defensive line, a little bit better communication before the guy booted the ball. They might have moved up and caused the offside right away. Now, did they do that? It looked to me like they were still chasing the Chicago Nation players.
Yeah, they definitely were. I mean, definitely weren't moving up to try and get the offsides trap.
Now, this is going to be a far side throw-in against the wind. Let's see if he can center it again.
No cartwheel.
But really strong arms.
True.
Jendi was on the throw-in. Ball loose, and it'll be picked up by Bavarian. That's going to be a call. I understand why Gahiasi wanted to be aggressive like that, but now you have a free kick from about 30 meters. Got to set the wall as well.
That's just an aggressive play by both players, and the referee has to make a judgment on whose it was.
I mean, it's definitely the right call. Gahiasi got him on the chest, but...
So we got another free kick worthy of another wall. Goalie on the one post just measuring to make sure the players are in the right spot.
Yeah, Devin Egghai has good size for goalkeeper. He's at least 6'2", left-footed kick. Good pass! Trouble. It's loose, and Devin Egghai will smother it up.
It was deflected into the far post, and a little bit faster deflection, it would have been a goal.
Yeah, it was actually touched by Bavarian. It was actually more of a pass than a shot. They almost deflected it into the net.
Yeah, number 11 had the deflection right in front of the goal.
Yeah, unfortunately just didn't know too much about it.
Yeah, Chi Nation did not look ready for that type of play. It definitely confused me. I thought it was going to be a shot all the way, but they do a line drive pass, and they almost deflect it in on the redirection.
Yeah, this is a well-played set right out in front.
Gutierrez leads Bavarian in goals scored, according to UPSL.com, with 5. And he was the intended target on that free kick.
Good strength by the forward here for Bavarian.
Yeah. Ball's still in play.
Yeah, good call. It was definitely in play when they headed it. And it goes out of bounds. We'll have a throw-in coming up. Oh, never mind. They're going to call the late call. And it's going to be a corner for Bavarian.
I got to tell you, I didn't see it go out of bounds. Well, it's our angle.
It's where the ball is, not where the player is. Ball's got to completely go out of bounds. Of course, if the player is out of bounds, usually the ball will be there as well, but not all the time.
Now, this is a big play late in the first half. If they can get that goal, then they can talk about what to do for the whole second half.
Good corner. Just a little bit too much on it. Ball still live.
That's trouble. Oh, okay.
Volley chance. And they don't have Wayne Rooney on this roster. Only Wayne Rooney could make a backward bicycle kick like that.
We got another free kick coming.
You know, Bob, I don't know about that. I think I would have played advantage. Bavarian was about 3 meters away from the goal, and they had a chance for a crosser.
You'd have to have one heck of an advantage call to not take a free kick from here over that.
I get it. It looked like they had a 2-on-1 possibly for a crosser, but it would have been a tough crosser for the volley goal.
This is, again, absolutely a golden chance right out in front of the goal, just like the last one where they deflected. Let's see if they run the same play since that almost worked, or if they do plan B from here.
If Chi Nation was paying attention, they better be ready for this one. But if not, they're probably going to try and chip it maybe towards the back post as they have a few players lined up on the edge of the 18-yard area. Or maybe they might just go for goal and maybe get an in-swinger.
I think if I'm in this spot, I go for the end goal. Just try to crank it around that wall and keep it low.
Right-footed kick, very wide and high.
Boy, sage advice, keep it low. Wide and high.
Yeah, Devin Egghai, he's got too much size for a free kick to go top shelf. The only time I want to see a top shelf 25 meters when the ball is still in play, not off a free kick, but just regular soccer. Off a free kick like that, I'd rather him go low, see if he can get a rebound opportunity.
Yeah, I like the shot attempt, the aggressiveness behind it, but you got to get it on net.
Yeah, if you're going to go top shelf, it's got to be either off the crossbar or off Devin Egghai's gloves. And the Mexican goalkeeper showing why he's quite possibly the best in the UPSL North Midwest. But don't forget about Rowe. He's been phenomenal today as well.
Yeah, now this makes me want to get a nice competitive shootout between these two goalies. They're both excellent.
Let's just have, if it's 0-0 after 90 minutes, both goalies. It's a one-on-one PK. Nobody else can score.
The goalies have to kick as well.
So the goalie is automatically the MVP of the game. They get the shutout, and they get the game-winning goal.
Now there would be a rule change.
See if your goalies can shoot the ball. So we're past 45 minutes, and they will stop it at 46.
Yeah, 1 minute of extra time. The sideline judge here. The fourth referee said.
And that'll do it for the first half. So it's 0-0. Will we get a winner in regulation? We'll find out in 20 minutes from now. Meanwhile, let's go to break. It's SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So, 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Let SBS broadcast your sporting event. We have experience and can generate excitement and permanent digital memories for your team.
Tonight. That time, finally a goal for the Stampede!
We have professional videographers using high-definition modern-day cameras, color analysts, and play-by-play announcers with state-of-the-art, classy graphical scoreboards to keep you updated. Plus, we have commercials to advertise your team, club, or sponsor, and us. Plus, we do pregame and postgame interviews.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the postgame show brought to you by Marion Central Catholic. My name's Kyle Smith, but my name doesn't matter. These young ladies matter. It's senior night as the Hurricanes win a battle down the stretch, 48-46.
Hi, I'm Carrie Kramer. I swim 50 breast, 50 free, and 100 back.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway, a 2-on-0. A shot, and a goal! So, 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. Can utilize Facebook live stream and Instagram live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. At SBS, we offer a professional broadcasting experience for the non-professional athlete. Just like the pros, we offer everything for you. Play-by-play commentary.
A no-hitter at Kane County Stadium. 15 strikeouts. one walk, one error, and that's it.
Color commentary, highlight reels, recruiting videos, and much, much more. Unlike our competitors, we zoom in on the action and always have a live scoreboard with a live time code. If you're ready to have your next sporting event feel like CBS Sports, then make sure to call Sports Broadcast Solutions today. Our phone number is 330-957-7653, or you can go online to sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. SBS, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Missing your child's sporting event just plain stinks. But you don't have to worry about that anymore, thanks to Sports Broadcast Solutions. SBS is a live broadcasting network, as well as covering your on-demand needs, recruiting videos, highlight reels, and much, much more. We can broadcast live to any website, and we also post as much on-demand content as you need. For more information about SBS, check out our website at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone.
Second half of action about to start. Kyle Smith alongside Marcel Francis and Bob Vilsaway on a beautiful day for soccer at Ackerman Park in Glen Ellen. We'll reset the timer as we speak. Bob, it was a fun half. Chi Nation had their opportunities, but they just couldn't get it done in that first half of action.
Well, they led. This is courtesy of Danny, our statistician over there, said that they had 5 corner shots and Bavarian had 2, so that's the first place you want to start. And then I guess they had, 5 kicks 3 of them were on goal, so 3 were saves, but 5 shots on goal. And then Bavarian only had 2 shots on goal, and both saves were made. So, all the stats that we're keeping at least points towards Chicago Nation. They having the better game, and of course, like that chess clock I keep referring to, clearly a time of possession has been with Chicago Nation. Now maybe perhaps changing sides and changing wind, and Bavarian figuring each other out. Bavarian has some real good ball handlers on that team.
Yeah, number 19 especially being one of them. He made the biggest impact for Bavarian, especially at the end of that second half, creating a few chances off those corner kicks. But we're going to see what Chicago Nation can do off these counterattack opportunities here, and hopefully keep the offensive pressure going like they did in the first half, and honestly see what Bavarian has done with changes in the second half as well. Looks like they have the same team coming out here as they did in the first half, and maybe they're changing some things tactically within their lineup. Never mind, they did have 1 sub, so maybe they can be the impact player, but we'll see.
It was nice that the coach was listening to you, though. It says he's interested in what you have to say.
Indeed, very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very thoughtful, that Bavarian coach.
We'll get the scoreboard updated in a second here. It's 0-0 as we're about to start the timer, so the timer will be about 50 seconds behind. But here we go, second half of action. Let's see if Bavarian can score and have Rowe do the rest. I know we said that a lot during this broadcast. We just haven't seen enough on offense from Bavarian to counterattack the defense that Chicago Nation can do. So I think for UPSL and Bavarian United SC, just find a way to score and just trust in your goalkeeper to do the rest.
All right, here's that pass coming out to number 19. We got to get his name if you get a chance. But number 19 on Bavarian has just been a kind of a, I don't want to say one-man wrecking crew, but definitely the player to watch in the second half. Now Chicago Nation with the ball again adding to their possession time. A missed slide tackle, a nice little fight for the ball, and Chicago Nation maintains ball. That's that number 1 that we like a lot.
Yeah, that outside back, very skillful.
Isaac Sutton is number 1.
Yeah, and number 7 is the player of the game that one time. I can never pronounce his name. Sorry. That would be the players to watch for Chicago Nation. And the far side from us.
I think for Chi Nation, too, they definitely don't want this game to go to PKs. Anytime it goes to overtime, golden goal, or PKs, this is big. This is a free kick. It's basically a pseudo corner as Isaac Sutton goes down to the pitch a lot. And Bob, he is not 100%. Do you think that Garrett Hayward and the coaching staff for Chi Nation is going to have to make a sub soon, because this is the second time he's gone to the pitch and slow to get up?
Yeah, if I'm the coach, I take him out under one condition. He wants to come out. Other than that, he stays in.
Well, a player never is going to want to come out.
Then he stays in.
Yeah, definitely he's been the impact player, best player for Chi Nation
I used to have that mentality, and then I found out one of the reasons Grant Hill had injury problems is because he played through an ankle injury with the Pistons during the playoffs. And I actually forgot about that. I thought it was just bad luck. I mean, most of it was, but also he was playing through an injury that he should have been playing through.
Well, and this free kick is just like 2 feet outside the goalie box. So if that had been tackled, 2 feet the other direction, this could be a penalty kick. But what an awesome scoring opportunity. Deflected, didn't see whose head it went off of. Looks corner kick, another corner.
Yeah, it was definitely off blue. Both teams were wearing blue until 5 minutes before the game started. Then Chi Nation wisely switched to white. But here we go again, a corner. I'd like to see a little bit more floating action on that ball. A lot of these crossers have been too hard off the foot, and it's been hard to head into the back of the net.
Yeah, no argument with that, other than I think the wind takes the ball that goes higher.
Yeah, you're getting some wind resistance, as does the Revic on the corner, and that's headed out by Bavarian. Every time the Chi Nation has an opportunity, Bob, Bavarian's doing a good job of clearing it.
Well, and this is why I just realized they had all 10 people, including the goal, or plus the goalie, in back on defense. They had no strikers, so they were hedging their bet to make sure everybody was on defense on that.
And look, if you feel confident in your goal scorers that if it goes to PKs you can beat Chi Nation, then why not be a little conservative?
Well, exactly. I mean, exactly right. But remember, during the year, Bavarian actually scored more goals than Chi Nation. So
True.
They've got electric offense too.
Now, you don't always play the same teams because of rainouts and forfeits. So I'm not going to say that the 10 goals they score is a tainted stat. All I'm saying is you don't always play the same number of teams. And the same thing goes for professional sports, too. The White Sox won the division last year, but they did play the Royals 19 times, and they played the Tigers 18 times.
Well, in this case, I think both teams played 10 games, but it's not an even schedule, like you said.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But the one time they did play, Chicago Nation did win 2-0.
And you could play United Serbian, but their 3 best players are on a work trip or something, right? Because this is a different league where you're not paid to play. You have to pay to play, so you're not always going to go off against each team's best players. Wouldn't that be something if Major League Soccer was like that? Today's striker cannot attend the game because he has a work conflict.
He's waitering tables somewhere.
Yep. If you'd like to meet him, he'll sign autographs at the local Burger King where he works.
I feel like it was like that, Kyle, a little bit back in the day, but the game's, progressed and gotten so popular here in the United States.
Yeah.
And it's definitely becoming popular, and it's on that wave right now. Especially with the U.S. national team doing well in national tournaments and the international tournaments in the recent years.
Believe it or not, this was back in the 50s. You're too young for this, Marcel, but
I'm too young for that. This is the 50s.
And my dad, now this was back before free agency, as Chi Nation tried to clear it.
Your dad is too young for that.
Can you let me tell the story? Okay, before I was rudely interrupted by my 2 color commentators.
Several times.
Before free agency, my grandfather used to sell insurance with Dick Donovan of the White Sox. That was his non-fall and summer job. He would sell insurance. Like, you weren't paid enough as a Major League Baseball player to just play baseball. There wasn't like crazy weight training sessions and you weren't making $10 million a year. I mean, it's going to get to a point where somebody's going to make $50 million a year in Major League Baseball. Centering pass, and Chi Nation's there.
But again, some extended pressure from Bavarian here, which is kind of encouraging for them.
Yeah, I think you're going to see that, Bob. I think you're going to see Bavarian. They're going to go on the attack quick and then get back on defense. They're going to show Chi Nation some different looks and just find a way to score. All they got to do is score one because they got that guy in row that might not give up any.
Yeah, but scoring that one is not going to be an easy chore.
No, it's not. And then you have to make sure, do you have enough men on defense so there's no odd man breaks?
Well, and Bavarian's been doing that, like on those corners. It's last time they put everybody back.
Ill-advised pass, but Duke Revic able to handle it.
Centered it. I don't think I would have done that. In the meantime, some quick passes from Bavarian, which is what we talked about.
So Bob,
finally went awry.
What's your standpoint of, if you got beat on the play, do you mind kicking it out of bounds and giving up a possession, or would you rather try to get the steal, get the possession, and try to pass it back to a teammate to remain in possession
You're
of the
always
ball?
taught to kick the ball out of bounds, spoil it, bring back more defenders. Because even if you get back and you make a great run back to get back on defense, the rest of your team is still upfield. So you're taught to kick it out of bounds.
I think that's what both teams have to consider. If they're beat on the play and the ball's close to the sideline, do they go after it? Do they try to kick it out of bounds and get back on D? It's, the strategy, the chess game comes into play for both teams.
Yeah, I wish I had the roster in my hand. 19 has done a good job to play all the way offensively and all the way back on defensively on his team's left side. And number 14 on defense for Bavarian has made just consistent number of headers on defense to keep the ball away from the net. Starting to pick out the players who've done good jobs here for Bavarian. Now, is this a corner kick? Yeah, corner kick. So. Another. What do we
had 5 in the first half. For
so this is 2 more now.
Chi Nation, so that's 7 total in the game for Chicago Nation FC.
Nicely cleared out. This is going to be a throw-in from the side.
Possibly an underrated aspect of corner kicks is you force the defender to head it, and trust me, it doesn't feel good when that is off your head. And when you've done that 7 times in the game, I'm not going to say it creates more pressure on the defense and they start to feel that later in the game, but it's an added factor. How many times you've had to head the ball out of pressure? There we go again. This time it's off white, so a goal kick. But
it was a good attempt at putting somebody on the ball on a throw-in from the side. It's hard to throw the ball away from the side into the center of the goal.
Marcel, we've talked about you want that 45 to 90 degree shot. Now, is there a chance you could score on a 30-degree shot? You know how you fake the corner and then you pass it, you get that 30-degree angle to the net for a one-timer?
Oh yeah, on that near post shot, it's definitely difficult, but it can be done. I've seen it done, Kyle. You're seeing a lot of pace on that ball. It's probably going to have to go through the goalkeeper's hands, but it's a nice goal to get if you can get it.
I've been thinking that Bavarian and Chi Nation could consider doing that on those corner kicks instead of the straight crosser. You kick it out and you try to get a 30-degree one-timer on net and see if it goes through.
Possibly. I mean, in a game like this that's been quite stalemated defensively from both teams, yet showing some offensive promise, it's probably going to take a degree of individual excellence from one of these players here, either for Bavarian or Chi Nation.
Hey, you get to play it, Marcel.
Possibly. Just going to tap it right there for the guys. But to possibly, break the deadlock and create separation amongst the lead.
That was a nice pass to Chi Nation, throwing it in from out of bounds. You still got your skills.
Thank you, Bob. I'd like to think I still got it every now and then.
Right. Probably don't have it on video, unfortunately.
No, Gahiasi will play it to Klabjan, who played his soccer at the University of Wisconsin. Gahiasi, number 3, he was on the original Chicago Nation FC team when they were known as the Mystery Men. You ever seen that movie, Bob?
I have not seen that movie.
It's not very good. Marcel, you ever seen Mystery Men?
I have not either.
Yeah, you're not missing much. Anytime that Ben Stiller's in a movie, except for Dodgeball, it's usually pretty bad.
Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the movies he's been making.
They've one good movies made besides Dodgeball. Exactly.
Doesn't he have that new series out on Apple TV called Severance?
The fact that I don't know about Severance is not a good sign.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. But nonetheless.
Well, he was also in those movies with all the critters in that museum, right?
Yeah, that was.
What was that called?
Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum.
Yeah, I think that was good.
Yeah, because Robin Williams was in it. It had nothing to do with Ben Stiller.
Yikes.
There's if you guys have time, go on YouTube. There's a really funny skit from Family Guy how terrible Ben Stiller's movies are. Oh my God, Seth MacFarlane just nails it. Nails that bit.
Poor Ben Stiller.
They're not good movies, though.
Yeah. I'd say overrated.
Look, Keanu Reeves is a pretty cool guy, but he is not a good actor.
Who? Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he kills it in John Wick. Come on now. Literally, but
the
also
acting or the action scenes? Those are two completely different components of a movie.
Isn't the action scenes a part of the acting, though?
Like, Bruce Willis is a good actor and a good action hero actor, when he tried. I can't say the same for Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. Cool action scenes, but the acting is C+ to C- in my opinion.
I feel like the roles are like forged to be in Keanu Reeves' favor during those roles, like in The Matrix and John Wick. Like, the role's really for him to, I feel like, just to be himself. So, I mean, he doesn't really have to act, right? It's kind of like that all the time.
Bill and Ted's Awesome Adventure is pretty great, I have to admit. That's one. It's kicked out.
That's a good one.
Centered again and booted out again.
That's like a Major League pop-up.
Yeah. This could be trouble. Sent down the far right side.
And you got to try that, right? Even though there's two defenders, he somehow got into the play.
He's got some speed on the far side, number 15. And now it's going out of bounds. It's going to be goal kick.
Yep.
It was great hustle. Really an interesting opportunity. Kind of 1-on-2.
Yeah, you got to try new things, and it's blown dead by the Sir.
We got to be careful of trying new things. It's tied late in the second half. I don't think I would try new things.
Well, I think
play what got me here.
I think for Bavarian, they can do that because they have enough players on defense that they're not going to get beat on an odd man rush. But you got to find a way to score, Bob, because nobody wants to be 0-0 going into penalty kicks.
Yeah, I think both teams have to work hard to get the ball on the far left side. It's odd to think that both teams are left-handed in nature, but I feel like both teams are left-handed in nature. Get the ball deep on the left side and let some speed take over.
Yeah, definitely release some of that speed by switching the field.
Yeah, the wind, let's see, is there a flag? Where's that flag? Looks like a crosswind still, so it doesn't really help anyone, which is good. Because then there's not the whole second half I'm with the wind, for example.
We're still early on in the second half, so no need to panic on offense for either team. But
yeah, start getting your sound bits for the shootout part of this game.
Come on, Bob. Penalty kicks. This isn't hockey. Lead pass, but he tried to split 3 defenders, and unless you're Wayne Rooney, not going to happen. Still have possession, though. Fakes the shot.
Bavarians had a much better second half.
Getting his service here.
Do you think Chi Nation should consider a substitution soon?
Well, I don't know. Right now, this looks like a pretty good counter the other direction.
Capitano's trying to split through the D, but the opposing number 7 there to greet him, and he gets it back to his goalkeeper.
I think if I were the goalie, Rowe, I would have come out sooner on that, and then the defender had the ball between him and Chicago Nation. The ball would have rolled to the goalie. Then the goalie went back toward the net. As a result, Chicago Nation's ball again.
Well, do you think they should do a sub, Chi Nation? They look a little sluggish, obviously tired. It's hot out.
Yeah, see, I don't know, because I don't know who they would bring in and who they would take out. I think I'd be tempted to keep my starting lineup in.
They have 11 subs.
Yeah.
So the subs are there if they need them. And they've got fresh legs. We had Martin O'Toole in the pregame show.
Yeah, it just doesn't know that the subs are better than the starters. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know.
Marcel,
I can't say that these guys are running out of wind.
Would you rather have, Marcel, a guy coming off the bench 100% who's not as talented, or a guy who's winded at 75%?
That's a good question, Kyle. For me, it's all about what that player is, what that player's attributes is to make a difference on the game. So you're going to change the formation to release more of your outside forwards, and you have a player who play on your bench in that position. It might be better to put in that player who's 100% because they're in a position that's in their wheelhouse and they're more likely to make an impact. But if you're playing with a player at 75% and they haven't had too much impact on the game so far, sometimes you just need some fresh legs to change the dynamic.
Yeah, we saw that late in Landon Donovan's career. He'd come off the bench, and literally his only job was to score goals because he was in his late 30s coming off the bench.
That's Landon Donovan, though. I mean, are you really seeing players here going 75%? I don't see it yet.
I don't like what I've seen from Chicago Nation to start off this half. And look, you give up a goal with Rowe between the pipes. That's it. You give up a goal, you're going home.
Yeah, then you put a less talented player on the field. I don't think I'd go there.
But he might give you more cardio, more speed because he's fresh.
That's the gamble.
Yeah,
yep.
Possibly more effort as well, which is not to be underrated.
That was a call that probably didn't need to be made.
I hate to make the analogy to basketball, but sometimes the 76ers have been put in a bad spot because Embiid has to play every minute of every game. They don't have anybody else in the front court to go to. Is Chi Nation kind of in that same spot? They don't have anybody else they trust to bring in a spot like this.
Yeah,
that one goes straight through.
There.
Yeah, I think the far post would have been a better shot than the near post, especially with the right foot from this side.
I don't know if I agree with that. I guess what they were trying to do is try to get a misdirection own goal against Chi Nation, but
a misdirection own goal from 40 yards out. That was their strategy on that free kick.
Try to get it on net. Anything can happen, obviously. I would have just done a pass back to the midfield and reset, but
yeah,
it's going to be a clash here. Oh, okay, luckily not.
Here we go. The speed.
It wasn't really a mistake. I just kind of question a little bit. You can say that when you're not on the air, but when you are, the FCC doesn't like that word very much.
Yep.
Well, maybe the mics didn't pick it up.
I watched it live.
All right, here we go. 19 with the ball. He's danger. Short, quick passes. Stopped.
Yeah.
I like where they were headed with that possession, though.
Marcel, what do you think? Do you think Chi Nation is frustrated? All those attempts they had in the first half, and it's still nothing?
Yeah, they must be frustrated. I mean, they've been trying to break down Bavarian's defense back line for quite some time now. I mean, in the first half they had those opportunities on the set pieces, but so far they just haven't had an answer. They might start to get a little frustrated, but they're still creating some good opportunities as they did right here in the box, but it's going to be a foul for Bavarian FC.
Looked to me like Chicago Nation had a clear shot at the far post, but obviously the defender got in the way.
I mean, we've talked a lot about Rowe, but let's give some credit to this Bavarian defense. They have forced Chi Nation into some tough looks. The only time that Chi Nation has had decent looks is off corners, and possibly off free kicks as well. Anything regular 10-on-10 soccer, Bavarian has shut down Chi Nation most of the time.
Well, both teams are very stingy on defense, and we're seeing it here.
Well, the good news, if it goes to PKs or golden goal for Chi Nation, this is their home turf. They know this turf more than Bavarian United.
Do you think that matters on penalty kicks?
It doesn't, but at least it's your home turf, so if there's any kind of advantage, you would know about it.
True. Might be a little psychological impact, Kyle. You do have a good point, but when it really comes down to it, it really is who has the guts to go up, to go take a penalty kick, and who's confident enough in their ability to finish.
Well, and like we said earlier, does the coach know who those best 5 shooters are? I mean, you have to practice that in practice. Hopefully they do and they know.
Well, according to Garrett Hayward, they work on that a lot. And they did a lot the last couple of days, so they knew this game might go to PKs. They're doing that again. These 50-meter shots or crossers.
Well, it's maintaining possession, too, which I'm a little surprised.
Well, they lucked out on that. I mean, it went out of bounds.
But Bavarian has done a great job with ball possession this second half. They really did figure out what they needed to do different at halftime, and they're executing that.
Yeah, I feel like in the first half, the roles were a little bit reversed, right? In pregame, we were talking to Coach Greg Hayward. He said his team for the Chi Nation, they're going to sit back and let Bavarian come to them on their attacks, and then they would counter. However, it was a bit of the opposite in the first half, as Chi Nation was really all over Bavarians on their set pieces. But now we're kind of seeing the roles reversed here in the second half, with Bavarian taking the charge to Chi Nation and their defense and driving at them, as we see here with number 19. Great tackle, though, as well by that center
Good
back.
Good thing he had the ball first.
Yes, indeed.
That was in the box, in the corner.
We talked a lot about 19. That's Braden Andrick and his brother Logan at the forward spots tonight. Look at that deke.
Great skill.
Chi Nation with a chance. A shot. Oh, just wide.
Oh, they're going to want that one back.
I think that was well played by Rowe, though. It was either going to go off the post and in or go wide. It was well played by Rowe. It was a tough shot attempt.
I think it went just wide there, Kyle. Nonetheless, great skill there by the winger to get by the defender. Nice little scissors in between the legs to get past the defender with some speed. Just the finish was just a little bit off as it went, probably just wide of that right near post, far post.
Back to those Andrick boys, though, they are actually offensive players. They're not normally on defense. They started the game on defense, but obviously are now up in the front of the court, or the field now. Of the court. They're in the front part of the court and trying to score goals now.
Today's Chicago Bulls starting lineup. At the front of the court is the center.
Well, Andrick has been moved forward. Actually, they're still relying on him to run the whole field, so they're expecting a lot from him.
Your backside of the court player, Alonzo Ball.
Right. But he might feel a lot more at home on offense. So again, with maybe a little bit of a tired defense on Chicago Nation's side. Now this time he's back on defense. So he was just making a run earlier. He still is on defense. He's made a run on offense is all.
We're now at the
give and go into the middle. Almost.
I'm impressed, Bob. These guys got to be tired. It's past 66 minutes. We haven't seen a sub yet. We're not seeing any lazy plays on defense.
No,
you have to earn it for a goal tonight.
That's why I'm not an advocate of putting the bench in. You're just not seeing any lack of hustle.
Nice little reverse pass there on the wing.
Right, there's a couple of give and goes in a row. This, if it connects, they still maintain possession. What's this, offside?
Yeah, offside.
Offsides.
It's too bad.
We just got to put a blue line instead in soccer. Get rid of this offside rule. Just have a blue line.
But again, as you said, guys, it's been both teams must be tired. It's been a very physical game, no subs at all used, and It's been very fast-paced as well for both teams as they're both countering each other really back and forth here in the second half.
Yeah,
it's really opened up.
Yeah, and it's hot out.
True.
Yeah, not as hot as we got last week, but still pretty hot nonetheless. Well, Wozniak had a chance to cross it, but he couldn't get it on net. And here we go, another goal kick for Rowe.
I think the only thing this game's missing, obviously, is a little bit of quality in the final third of the field for both teams. We're seeing them get through the midfield with some good passing, both teams, and creating some nice set pieces and also chances with nice through balls. It's just the finishing and really ending the attacking move. Is that what they're missing?
And I apologize, his name is actually written Grow on the sheet. So Alex Grows between the pipes for Bavarian.
Grow, not Row.
Yeah,
Boy,
I got
I'm
Alex
sorry.
Grow.
Yeah. Sorry, Alex Grow. Bavarian holding it in the front part of the not court so that the rest of his team can join him on the attack.
Row, grow, potato, potato. Offside
Wide angle
again.
kick again, offsides. We have a bad angle to see if indeed it's true. We got to trust the line judges. Definitely offside.
I don't mind that though, because what's the worst that can happen? You're offside, you get back on defense anyways.
There is something to that. Gamble a little bit. If the risk that maybe the referee doesn't see it, all of a sudden you get an offside goal, it still counts.
Yep, you can still get lucky.
Right.
That's all you need is just one goal because Grove's been brilliant between the pipes. Find any way you can to score. And it's going to get to a point where each team is going to have to consider shooting it from 30 meters or more.
Well, to me, that's a turnover. I would try to make a more higher percentage shot.
I would too, but if you get in front, 30 meters away, you got to have the boot too. You got to have the personnel to get that done. But
yeah, I get it. I just think you're closer to penalty kicks then.
Yeah, it's going to take something spectacular for a ball or a shot to go in outside of 30 yards, especially with these two keepers in net today. Both of them have been phenomenal.
Well, you almost feel like the goal that does get scored is going to be a lucky bounce as opposed to a really skilled play. So therefore you're back to just shoot anything on net and hope, like in hockey.
Yeah, just a crash in net philosophy. Just anything on net, see if you can get a rebound or an own goal.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it. I think it's going to be. I don't know. I'm going to put my money on a well-played set-piece score.
How though?
From the corner.
Well, yeah, you're going to have to get the corner kick. That's the only way that Chi Nation has had opportunities.
That's out of bounds. Chicago Nation throw in all the way upfield.
You know what you could do is if Bavarian isn't paying attention, you could do a quick throw in and then do a pseudo corner where you cross it from where you're at right there. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, Bavarian wouldn't have to be paying attention.
I was going to say, I think that's a premise that won't exist for the rest of this game.
But even if they were, if you got number 5 right next to the sideline, you do a quick throw-in, a small throw-in, and then you do a pseudo corner kick.
Bavarian has one forward on this play. The other 9 are all back on defense, almost all of them in the goal.
I don't blame them. Just play conservative, play for goal kicks.
Right.
Tried the bicycle kick, but it was well defended by Bavarian, and Grow gets up there. He's got some size for the position as well. He might be an inch shorter than Devin Eghai, but what he lacks in height, he has the talent to go stride for stride with Devin Eghai between the pipes.
Now your left-footed boot.
A little bit flat, just barely gets to midfield.
And Chicago Nation back at it again. So the possession, the second half of the second half, is going back to Chicago Nation. But stolen. Short, quick passes.
I don't know if this is the exact type of strategy that Bavarian wanted to play today, but hey, if you can't beat them in regulation, just play for goal kicks, and you have an equal chance to win as Chi Nation if you got the goal scorers.
Yeah, I don't think they're playing for that, though. I mean, again, right now, they're what, last 10 passes in a row connected? Short passes. They got the ball on the far end of the court.
A chance for Bavarian, shot! Oh, just wide! It goes past 2 forwards of Bavarian that could have tapped it in for the goal, and most likely the game winner.
And again, those short, quick passes that get the ball upfield.
Again, fantastic interplay from Bavarian.
Chance in front. Oh, you got to shoot that. Andrick, too timid. Finally shoots too late.
Yeah,
Bob, why do you think he didn't shoot when he had the opportunity?
I think because there was a defender in his way, and if he kicks it, just ends up with a corner after that. But boy, it sure looked like a good shot for a one-timer, didn't it?
It did. Yep, first-time shot right there. Nonetheless, though, good interplay from Bavarian on the left-hand side here. Nice little give and goes, triangle passes, gang services into the box, just right across the face of goal. But two players just couldn't get a toe on it in the end.
Right. And Andrick, too, being a normally a forward, that might have been a shot that's just right in his wheelhouse. Ugh. Well, it's safe to say Chicago Nation dodged a big-time bullet.
Yeah, definitely did.
From a howitzer. Now, if anything scares him into playing a little tougher, that might do it. Now, the heart of a champion just got challenged there. And he had come all the way up from defense. The only way you can do that is if you bring the ball up slowly with short, crisp passes. If it's long sends, you can't vacate your defensive spot to join the offense.
Marcel, do you think Devin Eghai from Chi Nation has seen enough action where he'll be ready for the PKs?
I think he has seen a lot on action today. Nonetheless, though, it seems to be one of the impact players. It seems he'll have to be ready for the PKs, I think, the way things are looking, Kyle, with this offensive stalemate we have here so far.
Have not seen an overtime game yet of the games we broadcasted. Of course, in regular season play, don't need to play golden goal or PKs. Obviously, we need to have a winner. So we will play PKs or golden goal.
And this winner means a lot. You get to go into that 32-team championship bracket, national bracket.
I mean, Chi Nation was the runner-up in the fall.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of these guys playing amateur ball, you never know what could happen playing on a national stage in a national tournament. This is the highest level of amateur soccer, so you never know who's watching. They could get a chance maybe at that next level.
Right. And you got to also believe that soccer in this area is probably stronger than soccer than some of the other regions. Now, I'm saying that based on population and experience. I can't be sure because, who did FC Nation, the Chicago Nation, lose to last year? Obviously not somebody for this region. But this is a strong area for soccer.
Again, talking to Coach Hayward in the pregame, he said these are two of arguably the best teams in the entire country at the amateur level. So
a good coach would always say that, but I believe I believe
that's a good point, Bob. That's a good point.
Well, it's true. Last year, Chicago Nation, second place.
It's never the player's fault. It's always the referee's fault.
Well, the good thing about this game, too, is, speaking of referees, we haven't been talking much about the ref, which says he's doing a great job.
Yeah, he's doing a fantastic job. Very fair for both sides today.
And, of course, it looks like both teams are trying to play the ball and win the game.
We're going to get a sub for Bavarian. First one of the game for either team.
Yeah, right. First sub we've seen. The referee isn't even used to looking over here.
It's been an easy job for the side ref. Has not had to document a lot of subs. First sub of the game coming in.
Oh, corner kick. Oh, two subs now.
Van Son will enter the game. So Van Son did not have the header earlier.
So for Bavarian, we're going to have a sub. Cesar, number 10 in the midfield. It's going to be coming off for Emilio, number 21.
Emilio Toscano into the game, the midfielder for Bavarian SC. Van Son into the game for Chicago.
Yeah, very tall Van Son.
6'5". He's from Benedictine University.
Yeah, perfect timing on a corner kick.
Yep.
Another corner. It's a good one.
And
a chance. Just went wide.
Had it.
Try it again.
And Danny, that's our third corner kick? Yeah.
So that's 8 total for Chi Nation. 5 in the first half, 3 in the second.
Some nice swift defense there.
5 saves for...
Sending it to the man off the bench.
Yeah, Groh had 5 saves in the first half. Played on the sideline. Good steal. Clabjan there. finishing up the intercepted play. Clapjan again with it. He's looking for Wawazi. As Wawazi sends it over to the sideline. It was partially touched by Olsen. And then played by Maley. Over to the boundary as they'll regroup at the midfield. Dizdarevich will play it. That's a Bosnian heritage name, if you were wondering.
Sounded like you took the Alex Trebek School of Pronunciations right there.
I don't have to know what I'm doing, Bob. I just have to sound like I know what I'm doing. Yeah, Van Son should be playing a little power forward, not soccer. Big guy out there.
Yeah, for my soccer fans out there who know, he reminds me a little bit of Peter Crouch of England. Played for Stoke City, Liverpool, some big clubs over there. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. But that height definitely resembles him a lot. Sure enough, he's playing center forward where he can get his head in the box off some service.
Well, you got to try that. I mean, you got to get something on net. It was easily to block, but
I think something's going to blow over here soon. Not sure what, but something. The wind is like a gale force right behind us.
Feels good, though. It's been a hot day in Chicago.
Well, it's keeping the players cool on the field as well.
And the Sox finally won today. They had lost 3 in a row to the Orioles previously.
Steve Stone's old team.
Van Son. Yep, that was the team he played for when he won the Cy Young. Van Son had it briefly.
You know, he's been involved in a couple offensive plays here. He's a little bit danger, I think.
Well, they definitely want him in the game for his mere size. He's not 100%. He's dealing with an ankle problem. Both players fell. Let's see what the call is on.
It's going to be a foul on Bavarian, so we're going to get a free kick right here from 2 feet outside the box. This is another golden opportunity. Again, we'll have a shield of about 4 or 5 people. This is a maybe the best opportunity of the game.
All right, Marcel. Do you try to break through the wall, or do you try to set it up for a one-timer?
You know, you might want to try and set up for a one-timer here. Possibly what we could see is 2 players for Shy Nation in the backfield. One lays it off with a little tap to the other player and tries to hit it right through the wall, possibly to the near post of the Bavarian keeper. Referee! But at this angle and how close you are to the goal, you're definitely going to be looking at going directly on target here, getting a shot off. And it looks like number 9 for Shy Nation is going to maybe try and hit it with an outswinger around the wall to that far post.
Well, we had Chicago Nation Cramp come off the field, a new player coming in.
Richard Olsen out, Matt Conti in. Here we go. Try to go straight through, off the crossbar. You know, played well by Groh again, though. All he had was the crossbar or nothing. Was played well by Groh.
What a great kick, though. But, yeah, it just had to be a little bit better of a great kick.
He would have needed a perfect shot. In fact, it probably would have had to hit the crossbar and in because Groh is so tall and he plays the position so well. If you're going to go high like that, you probably would have had to deflect off the crossbar and in.
Yeah, well, that was clearly the shot to take.
If you score on Groh tonight, you better keep the ball as a souvenir because it ain't going to happen a lot.
Boy, that was, again, the play of the game that didn't happen.
I know fans that are watching the game, the crossbar helped him out. But,
yeah, for sure.
But not really. Like a goalie will know where exactly the crossbar and the post is. So it forces you in a tight shot, tough shot. You know, the glass half full mentality. Oh, it hit off the post. A quarter of the inch the other way, it would have been a goal. Well, a quarter of an inch to the right, and it would have been wide.
Shy Nation's put an incredible amount of pressure on right here.
Nice little skill there
and
from the midfielder.
I'm going to say the Bavarian might be getting a little tired because their forwards or midfielders didn't come back to get to that ball. Well, they needed a little help. A little mishandle there like
Look
this.
Look at that.
Oh, nice little nutmeg there.
There
into the net.
Yep.
Shy Nation scores! And the nutmeg from Conti off the bench, the crosser, and the finish.
Just who we thought would score at number 1.
My goodness, what a move that was. Ankle breaker style. And Bavarian They just can't imagine that they're in this spot right now.
Talk about a super sub and an instant impact.
Yeah.
Conte coming off the bench, great move on the byline with the scissors, and put a beautiful ball in the box and delivery for outside back Isaac to make the finish. 1-0 here in the championship game.
So we have to give another assist to a cramp on a player.
Wow.
Yeah, the sub came in with a superb assist.
Well, we'll definitely have Conti maybe grow in the post-game show. What a move by Conti that was. That's the only way you were going to score on Grow tonight.
Yeah, I don't know that Grow wanted to be a part of that. I think you better go for Conti.
Well, I mean, this game would be 4-0 if not for Grow. He was phenomenal.
He is phenomenal, yes.
Did you pair that shot at such a short distance within the 6-yard box? You just have too much of a chance to react and save that ball as well.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely a tap-in goal. Great pass by Conti.
Now, this could get a lot of fun now. With one team down by a goal, you're going to have to see Bavarian really press because there's a lot of meaning in this game. It's not like, oh, darn, we lost, right? So we're going to see them push up, and then we'll maybe see some counterattacks from Chicago Nation like this.
Appreciate everybody watching. Last call for your favorite MLS, college, or high school soccer memory. You could include that goal that just happened as your favorite soccer memory if you'd like. All right, so for Shy Nation, Bob, you just play a little keep away and get the win?
Well, I don't think you try to score too much anymore. Yeah, you just make sure the defense is solid like that.
Play like that. Just find a way to steal the ball.
Yeah, and conversely, Bavarian has to continue to maintain control of the ball with short, quick passes as opposed to spectacular efforts like that. You're sending it with some
momentum.
Look out.
He's onside. We play on, but couldn't get it on net. Well defended.
But he was looking for a push in the box. It could easily have been a penalty kick.
I don't know. I think you play on a play like that. We're going to get a sub for Bavarian.
Yeah, I have to play that one back to see if there was indeed that push. But I can see where somebody would think of it. He had a direct line to the net and got pushed off his line.
Yeah, definitely the push probably affected the way Andrews was going to hit that ball as well when the ball came down from that bounce.
Yeah,
putting him a little off balance.
I'm not a fan of penalty kicks because they're so important, right? And I feel like they exaggerate the foul too much. But man, if there ever was a penalty kick when that looked like it could have been it. Wouldn't that have been something called a penalty kick, tie the game up at 1-1? Another sub for Bavarian in the defensive end, 22 for 13. Little surprised Chicago Nation gave up a break like that. Back to the goalie.
Yeah, for Grow, he's got to be quicker on his kicks. Oh, it's almost stolen by Shy Nation.
Yeah, again, some offensive press from Chicago Nation getting the ball back.
This game has certainly turned, Bob. It seemed like Bavarian was going to hold it to 90 minutes of a tie score, and then they would beat him on PKs. And then Shy Nation, what a move by Matt Conti, right off the bench with the nutmeg, the deke, the pass, and the finish. I mean, that was a beautiful goal. They called it a beautiful game, right? Doesn't get more pretty than that. Taylor Pill into the game, number 22.
So here's a good chance, a little bit farther away from the goal than you want. And the wind is going to push back the ball a little bit. But if you kick it high enough, we have the kind of a high ball coming into the goal mouth here. There it is. Now we need a header. Nope, out of bounds.
Last touch by Bavarian.
Yeah.
It'll be a goal kick, and it just went to the sideline.
I think it's probably sideline, not the corner.
Just barely.
It's hard to tell from this angle, but it looked to me like it's going to be a
sure looked like it went off blue, too.
All right, here's a throw in.
Good throw. Trying to get the shot on net. Good move. And Shy Nation there on defense. Bavarian still with it on the sideline. Trying to center it in front. Double teamed on the corner. Now sent back in front. Shy Nation clears it.
Well, you can feel the intensity growing here.
Yeah, it's getting a lot more physical here down the stretch.
Sutton sends it over the boundary. Left-footed kick.
And you see less defenders on Bavarian over here. They're trying to push to get that goal.
It's all out now. There is no tomorrow. You got to win. If you give up a breakaway goal, who cares? Everybody's up now. Trying to get it on net. Instead, shoots it back over to the right.
Nice
Good
through
lead
ball.
pass. Can he finish? Oh, no.
Coaching staff over here across the ball to Emilio.
Thought about it too much, Bob. I understand what he was trying to do. He was trying to stop the ball and then get the shot. At this point, you're 87 minutes into the game. Just get anything on net and see if it goes in.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what the coach is saying. I think he just simply took his eye off the ball and the ball scooted out. That's all it was. He was looking to see where to pass it.
I stand corrected. I thought he was trying to stop the ball to kick it back to himself to try to get a more velocity on the shot.
Yeah, he just took his eye off it, I think. I mean, it's possible, but the cross is what needed to happen. But, of course, you got to make a cross to a player, not just a random cross.
Yeah.
All right, Marcel, if you're Shy Nation, do you just kick the ball out of bounds and waste time?
I think there's still a little bit too much time left on the clock. I believe, Kyle. I believe if we have over 3 minutes left, which I believe we do, you're not trying to do that. Just try and boom the ball upfield. You still have to do a good enough job of playing defense and keeping possession and keeping the ball out possession of Bavarian.
Kicked over the right. Bavarian, the number 2 seed, in danger of going home early. Devin Egghigh with a great catch. The Mexican goalkeeper, what a player he is. He's played in the first, second, and third tiers of the Mexican leagues. And we have an injury on the pitch. You hate to see it. Malay, slow to get up. And you know, Bob, do you think things change when they put Van Son into the game? You got a 6'5" guy in. Maybe the defensive alignment had to change for Bavarian, and Shy Nation saw something that they could exploit?
Well, what I can say is he put extreme pressure on the goalie on a couple of offensive possessions. He's played very well on the field the few minutes he's had. And that's about when the momentum seemed to change, too, when he got on the field.
And this might
Conti
be...
got the assist. But.
And I think today pretty much defines soccer as a game where if you can't get shots on net, no matter how good your goalie is, you're just begging to be beaten. They just didn't get enough shots on net, did Bavarian United. 3 minutes of extra time, so we'll play till the 93rd minute.
So Bavarian's got 3 minutes, essentially, to get this last tying goal.
For Bavarian, you need to boot the ball up, and if you're Shy Nation, you need to boot the ball out.
Right. But I still think Bavarian, you're correct, they got to boot the ball up, but I still think the short passes, you got to get the control. You can't just expect a long header to work.
Right.
Berezine will enter the game. He's a center midfielder.
Very true what you were saying as well, Bob. It's about the opportunity that you make, the quality of shot you make to get a cleared shot on target.
Right. Yeah, I don't think you can tie a game, especially one like this with just a lucky shot with 3 minutes to go. It's got to be a well-played, executed pass to the middle and nobody's in the way kind of a shot.
Notice that all of Shy Nation's defenders are in the middle.
Right. And there's only one defender back for Bavarian. Now this will get sent.
Exactly what you want to do. Don't play around with it, just get it out.
I think at this point, too, the goalie should become part of the offense, too.
Yeah, definitely. If they get, by chance, convert a corner kick, get a corner kick going, the goalkeeper will definitely come up.
Yeah, I'd say do it sooner, but you're right. They'll wait till then if it happens.
Out to the corner. Oh, just missed the head. The bicycle. Just wide.
Kind of limping on that afterwards.
Yeah, Andrew definitely had to extend for that half bicycle, that half volley shot there. Towards the ball, just a little bit too on top of his foot over the bar.
That's why you got to do the Wayne Rooney. You got to get to the turf and then bicycle it, right?
Got to hop up, get in the air. Air Rooney.
Isn't Ronaldo good at that too? The bicycle?
Yeah, he's really good at those as well. A little old for that now, but you know, he still has it in him.
Messi and Ronaldo. They're getting a little too old for the game of soccer. Isn't Pele in his 60s now?
I think 80s now.
He's in his 80s.
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, definitely.
Now I feel old. And Landon Donovan, I think he's like 45 now. He's at least in his early 40s.
Well, here, if Chicago Nation keeps the pressure on and Bavarian can't bring the ball upfield, that's another good way to end the game with no more shots on goal. Here, they kept the pressure on and sent it forward.
It just shows you, Bob, you got to be ready coming off the bench. And Matt Conti was
cramping up here.
Injury on the pitch. Bavarian wants a stoppage.
Cramp.
Now they had a man advantage, but at this point, I think if you're Bavarian, you'd rather want to have a stoppage to have extra time, and then you can also set up a play instead of having the 10-on-9 with Sutton being injured. Substitution coming in.
Well, Bavarian was commenting, now he's fine.
Well, he's fine to play. He might not be fine overall.
Right on net, good catch.
Nice shot, but just way too hard for that to get into the net. Devin Eghai is just going to waste time. Jackson DeHaan, if we have time, will enter the match. We're at 92-41.
I'd say the Bears just found their next punter.
That's why the Bears are not good at football. We always worry about who the next punter is going to be than the next quarterback. Sutton is just, he can barely walk right now. DeHaan will enter for him.
Bavarian's happy you did.
Sutton gave them excellent minutes today. He was definitely not 100%. You saw him limp all the way through the match. Gave them just excellent 92 minutes of play.
Here we go. I thought that was last chance, but no.
Ball loose! A chance! Oh, at the last second. Devin Eghai almost blew the game by not catching that ball. That's what makes soccer different from hockey. If that was hockey, you have a stick on the ice, you can easier chance to get that puck.
Well,
it's hard to get a leg on a ball like that.
While it was happening, I was thinking, well, he's got that ball, he caught it. But, you know, if you thought it could be a deflection, you would have been standing right there. But the goalie, that goalie never drops him.
Yeah, you just expect the unexpected, but they didn't. And really, Bob, I mean, this game was won and lost, really, the first 60 minutes of play where Bavarian just couldn't get enough on net. After 60 minutes, it was clear it was either going to go 0-0 PKs or Shy Nation was going to win 1-0.
Not done
Here's
yet.
their last possession shot. Oh, good defense.
And for Shy Nation, just kick it out or just kick it straight up.
Well, they got to get the ball first. This is going to be the last shot, probably. I've said that twice now, though.
Last chance for Bavarian. Shy Nation, a good job of defending that middle.
Yeah,
it's cleared by Shy Nation, and the championship goes the way of the young men from Glen Allen. Devin Eghai gets the shutout. He was practically perfect today, and Matt Conti didn't give us a lot of minutes today, but the minutes he played, he was perfect, both offensively and defensively today.
What was the ankle breaker? That was the play of the game.
Definitely 100%. He came on, fresh legs again, making the impact, and that proved to be a difference. We were talking earlier, Bob, is it better to have a fresh player at 100% or a player who's been playing on the field but maybe at 50, 75%? I mean, especially today being a battle of nutrition, very physical, hot day, a lot of high quality football, soccer was played here, but fresh legs turned out to be the difference in the end, and they're going to be going on to the next big tournament and going up to Minnesota.
Yeah, it's amazing how a little bit of lady luck, right? They had a player with a cramp who came off, and then Conti went on, and that's how this goal got started.
Well, we were wondering when each team would go to the bench, and Shy Nation does. They go with Conti, and he delivers with the assist. We'll wait to see who got credit with the goal. It's a 1-0 win for Chicago Nation FC. Final thoughts, gentlemen, before we go to the post-game show and the trophy presentation.
Well, number one, Allen was number one. He got the goal, I'm pretty sure.
Who's Allen?
Isaac's, yeah.
Isaac Sutton, yeah?
Yeah, I think Isaac Sutton, he got the goal number one. It was a beautiful pass from Conti, but a well-played game by both teams. The momentum swings were big. At the beginning of the game, Chicago Nation had it. Middle of the game, first half of the second half, Bavarian had it, and then Chicago Nation got it back. Well-refed game, which is nice to see. But it'll also be fun to watch to see just how far Chicago Nation gets into the next round of 32 teams. Will they lose in the finals again? Will they win the finals again? They have the heart of a champion. They can go a long way, and soccer in this area is excellent.
They got to win 4 games to get to that championship game. I like what I saw from Chicago Nation FC. They were pretty much great the entire game. The first 8 minutes, Bavarian was winning the time of possession battle. That's going to happen, though. When you play good teams, you're not always going to be winning that time of possession battle. They fought hard. They didn't look sluggish the first 8 minutes like we saw against SC Hammers. SC Hammers was not the better team than Chi Nation on Friday, but they outplayed Chi Nation for the first 25, 35 minutes. Today, you didn't see that. Chi Nation deserved the victory. Grow was probably the best player on the pitch, but the best team was Chicago Nation FC. All right, no more thoughts, so we'll go to break. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. A post-game interview is brought to you by Sports Broadcast Solutions coming up next. Meanwhile, that does it for our play-by-play broadcasts. Coming up next, the post-game show brought to you by SBS.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. For those of you that just want raw footage of your sporting event, but no play-by-play or color commentary, you just need us to live stream video from the event over the internet. We will live stream your event on YouTube on our Sports Broadcast Solutions channel. In addition, we also have a dedicated channel on YouTube for live streaming at SBS Livestream. And if you need multiple channels, we can utilize Facebook Livestream and Instagram Live on our channel as well. Options include commercials from your sponsors, professional scoreboard graphics are still available, and of course, yes, pre- and post-game interviews are available as an option if you want.
We've been working really hard this whole summer and stuff.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, we are at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply highlight films for fun. Sports Broadcast Solutions also provides raw footage and live streams if you'd like. Subscribe to us and listen to our professional talk videos about relevant topics in the pro and college ranks. Whatever your sports broadcast needs, contact us at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Stolen. O'Connor and Marsh back on defense, and Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and a goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world. This is Sports Broadcast Solutions, a broadcasting network for everyone. Check us out at sportsbroadcastsolutions.com and become part of the digital sporting world. Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films you'd see on sports news programs, and just simply... Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. We broadcast sporting events for people of all ages, including adult leagues, high school leagues, and kids. Complete with professional-looking graphics, broadcasters, color analysis, and commercials. We do pre- and post-game interviews with the players. In addition, Sports Broadcast Solutions does highlight films, including college recruiting reels, highlight films
Welcome
you
to
see
the
on
post-game
sports news
show brought
programs,
to you by
and just
SBS.
simply
I'm Kyle
highlight-
Smith, but mine doesn't matter. This young man matters. Matt Conti, he had the game-winning goal because it was an own goal, so it goes to Matt Conti, not Isaac Sutton, who was closest to the play. He didn't touch it. United, and he wins for the Midwestern North Division 1-0. Matt, you get the game-winning goal. You sure look good coming off the bench.
Yeah, no, I mean, this entire season, you knew. Coming off the bench as well. That's kind of what we've been good at. We have a lot of depth, so it's been good.
Big time win. You guys are now going to the round of 32. What does that feel like?
Amazing. I mean, I know these guys last year who were here in the fall, they made it all the way to the national final, so that's been the goal ever since first game this year. So honestly, yeah, round of 32 is great, but that's just another step in the process. We got to keep it going.
Big time win. What are the rules for UPSL overtime for people that aren't familiar with the UPSL?
I'm pretty sure it's 2:15 halves, and then you go into penalties, but I know for us, we were really hoping that we didn't have to go that far in since we still got a lot of games left to play. We want to try to save our minutes as much as possible. So,
Rowe was great between the pipes for them. The main reason it was 1-0 and not 4-0. What was he doing so well between the pipes, between those posts, that was making it so tough for you guys?
Honestly, I don't even know. I mean, he was phenomenal today. We were kind of talking about it. We had to figure out a way. We wanted to test him as much as possible, and I feel like we tested him pretty well, but he was up to the challenge. I mean, at the end of the day, he held on for, 85 minutes? Yeah. So he did pretty well.
He didn't even give up the goal. It was an own goal.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, so I had to go over at the end of the game, give him more props because he played amazing today.
Devin Egghai, business as usual, another shutout. What else can you say about your Mexican goalkeeper?
Listen, I played with Peru now for the past year and a half. This man, I've seen him give up 3 goals in the past year and a half that I've known him. He's a phenomenal goalkeeper. We got to tell him that every time we give him. You saw we all ran over to him after the game. He's the main reason we've been winning all these games, to be honest.
Was Peru a little bit nervous when he dropped that ball? It was almost a rebound goal to tie it up.
I think we all kind of hold our breath a little bit. It was a little bit much, but listen, he got it done at the end of the day, and that's all that matters. So,
what does it mean for this program back-to-back years in the round of 32?
Like I said earlier, honestly, round of 32 doesn't mean anything to us. We have our sights set. We lost in the national final last fall. We have our sights set on anything less than the championship. So, this is just another step in the way.
You got the goalie, so all you got to do is score one, and then Peru's going to do everything else for you.
Exactly, yeah. So, listen, I mean, honestly, I just couldn't be prouder of these guys. We go out, train once or twice a week, every week. Nobody misses a practice, and as you can see, it worked out for us. We got to keep it going now. We got 5 games left until the national championship. So, like I said, I keep saying it. This is just another step along the road.
Let's start with the round of 32 and work our way up. We can't get to the championship till we get to the round of 16.
Exactly. So, I mean, we already have our sights set. We know what we're capable of. We just have to go out and execute. So.
That's Matt Conti, and that does it for our post-game show. So for our excellent crew, for Daniel Lugo, for Marcel Francis, for Bob Vilsaway, I'm Kyle Smith signing off. Chicago Nation FC wins 1-0, and they win the Midwestern North Division to advance to the round of 32.
Sports Broadcast Solutions is a broadcasting network for everyone. Instead of spending hundreds or thousands with all these college recruiting sites, let us put together your college highlight reel. For just a fraction of your potential college scholarship and significantly less than these recruiting services, we got this. In addition, we put together highlight reels for teams, including high school, your club team, or travel team.
My teammate gave me a great pass, and I just took it. The other team slashed me, took the opportunity, saw where the goalie was weak, and I just shot it there.
Solon, O'Connor, and Marsh back on defense. And Marsh gets a blowout. We got a breakaway at 2-0. A shot, and it's goal! So 3-3. The power play was officially over.
Whatever your sports broadcast needs, check us out at sportsbroadcasts.com. Check us out and become part of the digital world.